Hello, good afternoon. We're just a few moments away from the Vitality Blast. Hampshire Hawks against Yorkshire, a game we never have seen before. Super exciting, and what a day to be doing it here at Utilita Bowl. Before all that happens though, we've got a very special guard of honour with Swanmore College and the young cricketers. Guys, are we excited for this afternoon? Come on, they're going to be having their hats and caps signed very soon when the players come out. It's all coming up in the next couple of minutes. And don't forget, there's some fabulous refreshments out there. I've got some ice cream, so get yourself refreshed before the game starts very shortly.
And a very good afternoon from the Utilita Bowl ahead of this Blast Fest doubleheader here this afternoon and this evening. We kick off at 3 o'clock with the Hampshire Hawks women against Yorkshire women, and then at 7 o'clock this evening we go with the Hampshire Hawks men and Yorkshire men. So Yorkshire have travelled down, both their teams have travelled down south for this doubleheader here this afternoon and evening. Happy to say, those of you that are always concerned about our health up in the commentary box, it is considerably cooler than what it was on Wednesday when Hampshire were in 50 over action and won that game against Warwickshire. Right, your commentary team this afternoon is myself, Kevin James, and next to me, she's back, it's Rebecca Blake. Rebecca, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Looking forward to this one?
I am very excited, yes.
This is your first T20, isn't it, as well? Is it commentary first T20?
It might be my
commentary?
second one.
Is it? Did you do one before?
I think I did,
Did you?
yes.
All right, okay. Right, we're looking forward to that. I can tell you that Hampshire have won the toss and they are going to bat first. It is still a hot day, but there is a bit of a breeze, which is nice. And unlike the women's game on Wednesday, where there were very few people sitting in the sun, there's a few. So that will show you that the temperatures are a little more bearable. It'll be interesting to see how we go throughout the day. Right, let's go through the two teams for you. Before we do that, let's just put this game into context. We are currently on match 7 today out of 12. So 12 games in the group stage. So each county plays 4 counties twice and 4 counties once. That gives you the 12. And then after that we get through to the 4 teams in finals day. Hampshire go into this game in 4th. They have 18 points. They've played 6, won 3 and tied 2. Yorkshire, they're not doing so well. They sit 8th with just 2 points. They've played 6. They haven't won any of those. They've lost 5 of them, and one of those games where they got this solitary 2 points was an abandoned game against Durham, which was their last fixture. Right, let's go through the 2 teams. Do you want to do Yorkshire?
Sure. Why not?
Yes.
So Yorkshire have 3 changes from their last T20 fixture, which was against Durham, which unfortunately finished in no result. So they now have out Sarah Glenn, won't be playing, Hannah Rainey and Ria Fackrell. And as a full team for today, they've got Amy Campbell, Erin Thomas, Amelia Oliver, who is making her debut in the Vitality Blast today, captain and keeper Lauren Winfield-Hill, Jess Jonathan, Alice Clark, Rebecca Duckworth, Ines Blackwell, Olivia Thomas, Beth Langston and Claudie Cooper.
And Hampshire have made one change from the side that won up at Lancashire in their last game in this Vitality Blast competition. In comes 17-year-old Eliza Bristow, who's making a debut in this competition. She did play last week in the Vitality County Cup. And out from that last game is Ella McCacken. She's currently involved with England A in their series against India A. So one change for Hampshire, 3 changes for Yorkshire. And we are going to get underway in 7 seconds, because I can hear the stadium announcer Robbie counting us down, which is making it very dramatic indeed. So the sun is out and it will be Ines Blackwell with her right arm medium paces to come in and bowls the first ball down the leg side. That's a neat take from Rihanna Southby. To Georgia Adams, the captain, and Maya Boucher, the 2 batters that we saw get run out on Wednesday.
Yes, yep. It looks like Rihanna Southby has recovered from a very hot day on Wednesday.
She has, yeah. She was out in the field for all but 15 overs, career best 90 not out. And that 50 over win over Warwickshire, and kept behind the wicket as well the whole time. Adams is on the back foot and plays that out quietly on the offside. So yes, Yorkshire missing 1 or 2. Of course, they're missing some with the World Cup going on at the moment. No Stir Callis, which is not helping things for them. Sarah Glenn pulled out of this game by England, not allowing her to play in this one. She's an England centrally contracted player, so I guess that makes sense. But she would have initially been down to play this, as Blackwell comes in again and bowls. That's flicked away on the leg side, but straight to the fielder on the 45, no run. And Hannah Rainey, of course, is also involved with Scotland in the World Cup. Even though they're out of the World Cup, I think they've still got one more match to play.
I think there's 1 left.
Yeah. So she misses out as well. So this pitch is just to the right here. Apparently it's one of the World Cup wickets that were played here. That's flicked away by Adams. That's nicely timed. That might have even gone all the way. Oh, just short of 6. She just flicked that away off her pads.
So effortless.
That was beautifully timed, wasn't it? And that's only just bounced in front of the rope. It's still a decent boundary away to the right. That's the west side of the ground as we look. 5 without loss then. So just 5 matches for these 2 sides to play in the rest of the group stages. Hampshire back here on Sunday against Durham as Blackwell bowls. That's Fuller delivery and Adams drives back to the bowler, and there is no run. Sorry, they changed round. What's that? Who are you looking at?
I think they've gotten the wrong way round on the.
Oh, have they?
I believe that's Adams up at the.
Oh, that's right.
end.
Yes, they have. Yeah, that's right. It's my Boucher. Yeah, you're right. Apologies, everybody. It's slightly wrong on the picture feed. We're on the Hampshire Cricket website, and we're also on the BBC Sport website and app if you want to pick us up, as that's driven out into the covers. That's beautifully timed as well. So that, of course, was Boucher that was playing those shots. And two beautifully timed shots as well. And why wouldn't they be? Because she is in absolutely scintillating form this season in both the 50 over and the T20. In this competition, 171 runs already from just 3 innings. She's already striking at 141 per 100 balls. Smacks that away over mid-wicket, and that's going to be 4. Well, it was just out of reach of mid-wicket. But again, it's out in the middle of the bat. The TV picture feed has reset and has given those runs to Boucher, although they've only given 4. That would be 8 to Boucher, by my reckoning.
Yes.
It'll reset in a minute. Don't worry about everybody. Just listen to us. We'll keep it going. 1 over then, 8 runs scored.
Boucher currently holding the highest score in the competition at the moment on 87, closely followed by Holly Armitage who's on 86. It still seems like they've not quite swapped him round on the scoreboard either, but that seems like it's changing now.
They'll get there. So we've got some off breaks coming up. Cloudy Cooper.
Cloudy Cooper now bowling to Georgia Adams. And that seems to be a bit of a thickish outside edge that looks like it is going to trickle down to third for 4, and that is 4 runs for Adams. Give yourself a little bit of room, but it looked like quite a thickish outside edge there.
Yeah, it went quite fine, didn't it?
It did.
So the total will move on to 13 without loss here. Yorkshire still looking for their first win in this competition. Of course, it's the first year in Tier 1 after being elevated from Tier 2 in both the 50 and the Vitality Blast. Yet to record a win in this competition. They have won 3 in the One Day Cup.
Cooper now bowling to Adams, and that was straighter, and that has been played into the leg side out to deep mid-wicket, and they have run 1.
Cloudy Cooper, who was in the auction for the 100, that's not long away now, is it? Was picked up for 15 grand by Sunrisers Leeds.
Currently 2 fielders outside of the ring, 1 at deep mid-wicket and 1 at long on. Boucher now on strike, just setting up. Cooper running in, and that has been driven through to extra cover, who has fielded that really well for a dot.
That's she's hitting it well, isn't she, already? Alice Clark there at extra cover. She's striking everything out the middle of the bat already.
She's just been in absolutely great form. Cooper now to Boucher, and that was straighter, and that was defended towards mid-off. No run.
Cloudy Cooper's playing her second match in this year's competition. Picked up a couple of wickets so far.
Cooper to Boucher, that was straighter and a little bit shorter, and Boucher has pulled that into the leg side for 4.
I mean, the power in that. That's a big boundary away to our left. The power in that shot. Oof.
Makes it look easy.
It certainly is. You know, I mentioned how well she's batting in this competition, in the 50 over competition. She's not far off 500 runs from 8 innings, averaging, well, it dropped a little bit on Wednesday, but it's somewhere around 70.
Cooper now running in for the last ball of this over, and that's straight in. My Boucher has just used her feet and driven the past extra cover, and there's another 4 for Boucher. Hampshire now moved to 22 for none of the first 2 overs.
Well, I tell you what, 10 overs of Boucher in this mood, it's all over.
It could be. Very key wicket here for Yorkshire.
Absolutely wicked hitting already from Maya Boucher. So don't forget the men's game here this evening. 7 o'clock that one gets underway. Make sure you make a date for that one. Top of the North group and top of the South group. That's fantastic billing. Those teams going along very nicely as we hit the second half of the men's competition, and we are now in the second half of the women's Vitality Blast competition. The 50 over takes a back seat now for until about third week of August. It's all T20 from here. Still got the County Cup going, of which Hampshire are still in it. They're playing Somerset in the quarter-finals. I believe it might be on the nursery ground in a few weeks' time, so I'm hearing. Yorkshire, I'm afraid, out of it as they lost to Somerset at Scarborough, the County Cup. Right, it is it Blackwell? Oh, it's Beth Langston with her right arm seamers now, and that's worked away to extra cover by Georgia Adams. 23 without loss in the third. So Beth Langston, one of the 3 changes in the Yorkshire side for this one. I believe the women's and the men's sides stayed in different hotels last night, Yorkshire. So I believe. Make of that what you will. Oh, there's a nice fine leg tickle there from Maya Boucher. It was always just outside leg stump, but Boucher just tucked that away with real nonchalance, and it's raced away to fine leg for 4. Well, Boucher in this form, as I say, she's going to kill this game if she's in for 10-12 overs. She has 20 from just 11 balls, and she really hasn't even broken sweat.
No need to run if you hit boundaries.
Well, that's right, yeah. That's the way to play in this weather. Don't worry about the quick singles. As Langston comes in again. Again, it's leg stump. It's gone a little squarer this time, and there's going to be a race on here to stop that going for 4, and it can't. And that's another beautifully timed shot. That was Erin Thomas making away, scurrying away from deep square leg. Just couldn't get there in time. Well, this score is racing along 31 without loss. Well, it's great to watch, and I guess we would say that because, of course, we're rooting for Hampshire a little bit more than perhaps Yorkshire, but even so, I think you should just literally just stand back and admire this stroke making.
Probably safer for them not to be running quick singles as well at the moment.
That's right. So 31 without loss, and we've only had, 15 balls. That's a length ball. I always think with somebody like Maya that, like with this, where she's got to wait to an extremely fast start without really even trying, then actually if you can put together 5 or 6 dot balls to her, just bowl 5 or 6 really good balls, then see what she might do. You know, does she want to keep maintaining the scoring rate, or is she just happy to have a quiet over or so? Langston bowls, that's on line of middle and leg, and it's tucked away square on the leg side. They're going to have to hurry here a little bit, but that's good running. Again, that's Erin Thomas out there at deep square leg on the west side of the ground as we look. Coming up towards the end of the third over, 33 without loss. Hampshire winning the toss, electing to bat first. Eliza Bristow playing her first match in this competition, or her second match for the Hampshire women's senior side, and Ella McGacken dropping out because of her England A commitments. Quick single up to mid-on. That's where Boucher was run out on Wednesday.
Yes.
This time that was a more measured single to mid-on.
Yes, and Boucher keeps the strike. Boucher currently 27 off 15, and Adams 6 off 3.
Did you find yourself just going when it was hit to mid-on as she ran there for a moment?
I did have a little moment of deja vu from Wednesday, I must admit, but the one thing I would say is it was a little bit wider, there was a little bit more room. Fielder wouldn't have had all 3 stumps to aim at, so probably better decision, should we say. And Hampshire currently 34 for no loss after 3 overs, and we are going to have a change of bowler. Jess Jonathan is going to come on from the pavilion end. Still 2 fielders out at the moment with the power play, 3 overs left in the power play. Boucher on strike.
Now this is a proper player, Jonathan. She is a proper player.
Jonathan to Boucher, and that was straighter, and Boucher's just played that off the back leg, but she has pulled that into the leg side, and that has gone for 4, just past mid-wicket. Another boundary for Boucher.
Well, not a great start, was it? Wasn't the best ball from Jonathan, but she's played over 100 T20 internationals for Australia. She is Yorkshire's overseas player this year, and she is a mighty fine all-rounder.
Boucher is not the batter you want to be bowling short to.
No.
Not in this. Jonathan now running into Boucher again. This was straighter and fuller, and Boucher's just played that off her legs to square, and that is a dot ball. Jonathan coming in now, that was straighter, and Boucher has played that into the leg side to mid-on. Another dot.
So Jonathan now is, 34 years of age. He has been around this cricket scene for quite a while.
That was a little bit fuller, and Boucher has played that up and over the ring through mid-wicket for 4. She's seen it very well today.
Incredible, isn't it? We've seen her play wonderfully this year, but this is an amazing start. Simply because she hasn't really done anything outrageous yet, and she's 35 from 19. Wow.
Looks in complete control. Still 2 fielders out to Boucher with a deep mid-wicket and a deep long on. Jonathan to Boucher now, that was straighter, but Boucher has played that off her leg side, and it was aerial. Mid-wicket did have dive trying to attempt to catch, but didn't quite come through, and they have run 2 off of that.
There's a couple of aerial shots over mid-wicket from Boucher.
If you can clear the ring, that's pretty safe though, because that neither of the boundary fielders will be able to cut that off, especially the way she's hitting it at the moment. Jonathan coming in now for her last ball of this over. And that was fuller, and Boucher again has played that into the leg side to square for a dot. That is 10 off the over, putting Hampshire at 44 from no loss after 4 overs.
Wow. Let's talk a little bit about Jonathan, because we mentioned earlier over 100 T20 internationals for Australia. She was another member of the Queensland side that won the Women's National Cricket League final against New South Wales down under. That's a 50 over competition, but we had Georgia Redmayne here on Wednesday that was also part of that Queensland side, and Georgia also the other significance of that was that Georgia Adams, the Hampshire captain, was on the losing New South Wales side in that game. Beth Langston is going to switch ends. Going to try her luck from the... Oh no, she's not switching ends. No, she's still bowling from her commentary end. Field changing. A little bit more strength on the leg side here for Langston. As she comes in now, runs away from us and bowls. That's a good line around middle and off. Langston's first over went for 12.
Adams needing to concentrate again, having not faced a single ball of the previous over.
She's only faced how many balls? 3?
4.
4 now. Boucher's 21. As Langston comes in again and bowls, and Adams whips that away. Doesn't really time that one, goes square on the leg side, no run. So Black Bowl's bowled 1 over for 9. Cloudy Cooper's bowled 1 over for 13. And Jonathan's over, I think, went for 10. Yes, 10. Just clicked over my screen. Langston in again and bowls, and that's way outside off stump, and that's driven by Boucher behind square. Or is that Adams? That's a Boucher, of course it is.
Adams.
No, it is Adams. And that takes the total up to 48 without loss, and we're still well inside the power play here. Boucher's moved on to 37 from 21. Adams now 10 from 6. I mean, that's not shabby, but
Not
she's
at all.
very much second fiddle here. Georgia Adams playing her 7th game. She's played in all of them so far. Just over 150 runs coming into this game. Striking at just over 100 per 100 balls as that's driven to mid-wicket. And there is no run. And in fact, what's she on now? She's on 10. This is her 227th T20 match in her career. And that's across lots of teams. Sussex and Hampshire, Vipers and whatever. She's now just past 3,700 runs as she whips that away on the leg side. There is a fielder out there at mid-wicket. It's not going to get there. Again, it's Erin Thomas who's had a lot of work to do out there on the leg side boundary. Again, she can't quite reach it. And 50 up for Hampshire coming up towards the end of the 5th. Blistering start. Wow. Can they keep this up? Really? The thing is with T20s, there's always a dip somewhere along the line. Doesn't matter how quickly you go, at what point in the innings, there's always a little bit of a dip. I mean, it's a lot to our sides to keep this going.
Few wickets here could change.
Always, yeah. Langston in again. And bowls, and that's worked away on the leg side by Adams. Goes behind square. Again, Erin Thomas called into action. And that is 2 runs off the bat of George Adams. And at the end of the 5th over, we haven't even got the power play in yet. 54 Hampshire, and that's another 10 off that one, Rebecca.
If they keep going at 10 and over of the power play, they'll be very happy.
Very happy. Can they keep 10 and over up for the whole of the innings on? Wow. If Boucher's in there, they certainly will.
Hampshire also have quite a deep batting lineup, so they do have a lot of players still to come in, if needed, if required. We have seen Boucher in 50 over competition do it herself with her partner.
So Jonathan's going to bowl a 2nd over.
Jonathan to Boucher here, and Boucher tries to reverse sweep that, but hasn't quite got hold of it, and Lauren Winfield Hill has stopped it.
See, that's the thing. She's been playing so nicely, front and back foot, and we've got a reverse sweep in there. You think, okay, you've been striking it so well.
The one thing I would say, obviously, with no fielder behind square on the offside, that is a good option. Yeah. Jonathan to Boucher, and Boucher just used her feet and has worked that into the leg side to mid-wicket, but they will run 1.
I think
bit of a misfield there, fielded
was.
by Long On.
I agree with you, actually.
The other thing that we've seen as well is after having played that point has now just moved further back a little bit, so making the other gaps a little bit bigger. Jonathan now to Adams, and Adams has defended that. You mentioned some of Jonathan's stats, but she's currently the leading wicket taker of all time in the Women's Big Bash with 184 wickets. Best figures of 4 for 13. Jonathan to Adams. Adams given herself a bit of room and play that into the offside. That's gone straight to point for a dot. Better over so far from Jonathan with only the 1 off the 4 balls. Jonathan running in now. And Adams has pulled that into the leg side past square, and that is another 4.
Terrific shot, really. This wicket has been used, might have mentioned it earlier, for at least a couple of Women's T20 World Cup games, which have been and gone. Basically, the venue here has hosted its quota. But I think I'm told there was about 3 here. I think it was 1 game one day and then a double header here the next. All on this particular wicket.
Jonathan to Adams, and that's been straight, and Adams has driven that down the ground very straight, but Long On will cut that off. They've run 1, looked for the 2nd, but decided against it, so just 1 off of that last delivery.
Well, that was a quieter over.
It was. Still 6 off that over, putting Hampshire at 60 for no loss after 6 overs, and that is the end of their power play.
So just to repeat, this is match 7 for both these sides in a group competition which is of 12 matches duration. It's actually 2 less than last year. Each county will play 4 counties twice and will play the other counties in the group just the once, and then we'll have the top 4. And Yorkshire yet to win a game in this year's competition, their first year in Tier 1. And Yorkshire, when they were in Tier 2 last year, actually lost the Tier 2 final to Middlesex by 10 wickets. That was at Northampton, their finals day, League 2. Right, start of a new over from Langston. Gets worked on the leg side by Adams. Goes out towards mid-wicket. That's a single, 61 without loss. Yes, they only got 101 for 9. Middlesex chasing that down without losing a wicket. But they did win the Metrobank Tier 2 title, the 50 over title last year, Yorkshire.
Which was rain affected and ended up being a T20 in the end anyway.
Oh, did it? Oh, right.
Yes,
okay.
against Glamorgan.
There we go. So they had a good season in Tier 2. They're just finding their way in Tier 1. As it happens, as that's driven up to mid-on by Boucher. She remains on 38. So Yorkshire come into this game having lost to the Blaze, Surrey, Somerset, Essex, Durham, and then their 2 points to date, an abandoned game at Durham. Here's Langston again, comes down the wicket there. Boucher drives past the diving mid-off. It's going for 4. Well, it's a true pitch out there. You can play your shots, as Boucher's already been proving. Just hit through the line of the ball. Nothing Langston could have done about that. Just great use of the feet from a player who's great for her. It's probably in the form of her life, but I think the sad thing is that we're not seeing some of this for England.
Unfortunately not, but I would imagine her fellow Hampshire teammates are very, very pleased to have her on their team.
Got to make the most of it. She is in the test squad, though, for the one-off test against India, which is coming up. Langston in again, bowls. Boucher off the back foot, works that into the deep on the offside, and moves on to 42. Hampshire 65 without loss. Do you take any tips from these games when you're watching?
Yes.
Do you?
Sometimes. I think a lot of it I find really interesting is the fielding placements that they have. So that's one of the things I tend to look at.
Okay. Langston in again. Adams works that up to mid-on. Quick single. Also misfield as well, but I don't think that would have made any difference.
I do also look at them and wish I could bat like that, but then I suppose a lot of people do.
Yeah, well, just to repeat, Rebecca Blake here, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the name. First of all, she plays for the local Hursley Park Ladies Club, but she has a world record to her name. And shall I say it, or do you want to say it? Just to repeat, that's hit away in the air, caught, or dropped at mid-on, and that could be a very, very expensive drop, and it wasn't that hard. Maya Boucher, the lucky recipient. Oh dear. Oh dear. That was. Should we have a change? Yes. Well, actually, should we just do one over, because we were talking. So Rebecca's claim to fame, which is a very, very good one, it has to be said, is that she is the fastest person, male or female, to 1,000 international T20 runs, beating Darwin Malan by some 7 innings.
Yes, I do have an update for you on this, because you do like bringing my world record
I do
up.
like bringing it up, yeah.
Stair Callis, who will obviously not here today for Yorkshire, but been playing for Netherlands, is joint fastest to 2,000 international runs, with Beth Mooney following her innings here in the World Cup on the 20th.
Oh, okay.
They have both done it in 67 innings. So she's another world record holder now.
67, so that means 2,000 runs for you. You've got ages to do it.
And this is Utilita Thomas now to Boucher. Boucher's tried to flick that into the leg side, but has top edged it straight to the pole head. That is caught. And Boucher is out. 44 of 27. Great style for Boucher. Olivia Thomas gets the big wicket for Yorkshire.
Well, I'll tell you what, I bet they can't believe their luck.
No.
Yorkshire?
Obviously, dropping her earlier as well, you would have could have potentially felt a little bit guilty, but I suppose Olivia Thomas has come in and saved her fellow teammate there.
Well, I think she'll be the most relieved person in the world. Olivia Thomas, wow. What a comeback. 9 fours in that 44. So 36 of those 44 runs coming in boundaries. It was too easy at one stage.
It's exactly what you want for a power play in a T20 match, though. Hampshire will be pleased with that.
So you're 1,000 runs in 17 innings.
Correct.
Stir Kalish, you're saying, is on for 2,000.
She has surpassed it in her innings here at the Utilita on June 20th, Saturday just gone, when they had the double header. Her and Beth Mooney are now joint top for surpassing 2,000 runs in 67 innings each.
And is that men and women or just female?
Just women.
Right, okay.
In the men, the fastest has been done in is 45 innings.
Right. So if you were looking at 2,000 T20 international runs, you've got...
Still got a way to go for that, though.
But you can do it in more than 17 innings.
Oh, I don't know. Norgrove now out to the crease, and Thomas to Norgrove. Norgrove has played and missed that. And that's going straight through to the keeper. Dot ball there.
Olivia Thomas signed from Lancashire. Signed a rookie deal last year.
Olivia Thomas now to Abby Norgrove, who has reverse swept there now, has gone fine, is pierced the ring, and it looks like they're going to look for two, and they are coming back for two. And that is Abby Norgrove off the mark with a reverse sweep.
Abby Norgrove in this competition's had just the 4 innings. Scored 82 runs in this competition before today.
Bit of a change in where she's been batting. She's been coming in a little bit lower so far.
She has. Mars Daisy, keep about that. She's here. She's ready to come and join us for a few overs.
And Thomas Norgrove again, and Norgrove has tried to open up and play that to the leg side, but that has hit the pad. There's been a big appeal, but the umpire does not look interested.
Well, that looked close. Sweeping that from straight. Cameraman to our right said he's going to give that. That's probably why he's working the camera and he's not out there umpiring.
I'm sure there's a lot of other people that would agree with him, though.
Well, it's a change. It's always the same, isn't it, T20? Easy, easy, easy. And all of a sudden, just one wicket is total change.
Thomas down, that was straight, and Abby Norgrove has just given herself a little bit of room, has driven that into the offside, and a misfield from extra means they will run one. Bit of a misfield. It looked like extra had that cleanly and then just bowled out the hands a little bit.
Well, feels a bit messy from both sides here at the last few balls.
A little bit. And there's a change in the field now for Adams. The backward point that was in place for Norgrove has now moved to a short fine for Adams. Thomas now bowling to Georgia Adams, and Adams has given himself room to the offside, but point has cut that off, and that is another dot. And that is 3 runs off the over, but most importantly, the big wicket of Maya Bouchier.
Thanks very much, Rebecca. She's coming back in a few overs' time. We've got Daisy Gibb, Hampshire's injured quick bowler, with us. And yeah, here we go. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Nice to have you back. You were talking to us on Wednesday, and then here you are, straight back again.
Oh, I enjoyed it so much on Wednesday. I thought I might as well come back up for this exciting Friday.
Yeah, well, it was great. Lots of people mentioned, and they heard you and said, "Doesn't she speak well?"
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Doesn't anybody ever say that to you?
No, I don't think so. Not to my face, anyway.
Well, I did speak to 1 or 2 of the Hampshire coaching staff, and they said you normally can't stop talking.
To be fair, I do chat a lot, so I did say, well, I can talk for England, so it's probably quite a good choice for me to come up here, to be honest. It means I'm not bothering them all on the bench all the time. That's why they've actually sent me up here.
I was wondering why they were so eager to bring you back up. I know you were keen as well, which is great.
That is why.
Now, we'll get you to talk a little bit more about the game this time, because we were
Yes.
talking about your injury. We'll get a quick update on that before we go into the game. Right, so we've got, who have we got here at the moment? Cloudy Cooper?
Yes, she's
and
back.
that's worked away on the offside by Abby Norgrove, 72 for 1. So quick update on the finger injury?
Just the same old, really. Just get my pins out next week and hopefully back in just over a week. Fingers crossed, but we're not sure. It just depends on what the X-ray is looking like, really. But it's not long now, luckily.
Good. That's good news. Yeah, that's very good news because you've been out for a little while now, haven't you?
Yeah, no, it's been long for a broken finger.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a long season, and a few weeks can seem like absolutely ages. That's a full toss, which is hit away, misfielded at deep mid-off, which will allow Adams to come through for 2, and she moves on to 25, and it's 74 for 1, and we are in the 9th over. So that's very, very good news as well. Just to sort of, from what you've seen here at the moment, what have you thought over the last, 8 and a bit overs?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got off to a really, really good start, didn't we, in that power play. Luckily, that drop catch wasn't too costly for Yorkshire.
Wasn't at all,
good
was
over
it?
From Thomas, wasn't it? The
It
7th
was, yeah.
over. Just 3 off it, but no. Norgrove's come up the order a bit, which is nice. She's getting some opportunity. She hasn't got much in the blast this year, but she had a very good campaign last year. So it'll be good to see what she can do today.
Yeah, I was going to say, Abby's been batting well down, isn't she?
Yeah, I think we've got when Maka was in and Bush back in. There's actually not that much room in the top order. But obviously, Ella's gone to play for England A, and there's a space up there, and they decided to give it to her. She batted 3 against Glamorgan in the County T20 Cup on Sunday, and she had a good stint out there. So they've given her opportunity today, which is good.
Cooper comes in again, and that's driven back past the bowler with pace and power, and Norgrove will pick up a boundary, moves on to 8, emphasising what you just said. Yeah, she made 47 off 34 balls in that win.
Yeah, no, she really held our innings together that day. She was solid out there, going at a good strike rate, so earned move up the order, I think, today. She's looking good at the moment, so...
Yeah. The first couple of games in this competition she was batting at 6, batted at 5 against Essex here, and then was lower down the order after that. That's driven past a bowler up towards mid-order. Again, there's a misfield, but they don't take advantage of it this time.
A few misfields from Yorkshire
There is,
early
isn't
on.
there? They're under a little bit. What do you make about Yorkshire? Because obviously it's their first time in Tier 1. You've played a bit of Tier 2, so you know what it's like. Just explain a little bit about the difference between the 2 tiers and what Yorkshire are finding out.
Yeah, I think obviously last year in that Tier 2 competition they looked miles stronger than everyone, but come up here the standard is different, and there's way less margin for error.
Smacked away on the leg side by Adams.
There's less room to do things like that in the Tier 1 setup, so I think they're probably finding it a bit challenging. But that being said, they're not falling behind far. I think they're doing all right in both comps, so they're quite a young side, so I think they're doing all right. They're probably in a bit of a rebuild period, you think. A few younger players. Blackwell's very young, coming in opening the bowling for them, so yeah. Yeah,
17 in this Blackwell, yes. And of course, there was all that situation with Durham, wasn't it? So they lost a few players to Durham because they were Div 1.
They've split, haven't they, really?
Yeah.
A few went there and a few went here, but they've obviously also lost a few players to the World Cup. Stir Callis and Rachel Slater, who are key to them usually, so big players in their squad is gone today.
Cloudy Cooper then, with her off breaks from that pavilion end to start over number 10. Walks across her stumps there, does Abby Norgrove, and pulls that away. Doesn't really time that actually. Goes out, trickles out really towards mid-wicket. 85 for 1.
Yeah.
Go on, what was that?
I was going to say, is it Thomas, I think, from this end?
Oh, was it Thomas? Sorry, apologies. Yeah, Olivia Thomas.
She's in for Sarah Glenn.
Yeah, she was pulled out, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. We weren't sure why. I think it's something to do with the ECB, but no, leg spinner in for leg spinner, which makes sense.
Olivia Thomas first over went for 4, and she picked up the wicket of Maya Boucher, who was going along rather too well. A big shout for an LBW. This time it has been given, and Georgia Adams is just looking around, thinks she's got a front foot outside leg stump. We might have to watch that one again, but Adams goes for 30. And Hampshire have lost their second wicket with the score of 85, and it's both openers that have gone now.
I think that looks pretty out from here, but let's have a look at the replay and see.
Probably one of those where you move your front leg after you've been hit. Are we going to get a replay?
I hope we do.
Well, it'd be nice, but maybe not, because we're not quite in line. We're just about 2 or 3 wickets to the left, so we're not quite.
Yeah, this is actually the wicket that they played on in those last 2 T20 World Cup games. I think it was Australia versus Netherlands and Sri Lanka versus, might be Bangladesh, but both high scoring games. I think the general consensus is that it's going to be quite a nice wicket, which makes sense looking at our score really.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we are going to get a replay. I might get one actually on my computer in a minute, so we can have a closer look at that. That will pop up shortly. Oh, here we go then. What's hit on the back leg? It's the back leg. What do you reckon?
I think that is probably hitting leg.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout.
Yeah.
I must admit it's difficult because obviously we've got our back to Georgia Adams there when it's hitting her. So if you think initially it's hitting her on the front leg, you think, oh, okay, there's a case, but it's actually hit on the back. Well, Olivia Thomas is doing particularly well here.
Yeah, she is. I think she's probably her first time in the side for a while. Actually, I'm not sure about that, but
Well, it's only her third game in this
is
competition
it? Yeah.
this year. Yeah.
No, she's doing very well. 2 big names out now for her.
Yeah, she's one of the 3 changes in the side. 3 wickets before today in the competition, so she's very nearly doubled that the way she's going. 85 for 2. The new batter is Francesca Sweet. What do you make of her come from Leicester last year?
Yeah, I mean obviously she performed super well in that tier 2 comp, didn't she? But you know, coming in here, she's really thrived in this environment. She takes the pressure on really well. She's got us out of really tricky situations, and she's a very aggressive player. So in this comp, we find her especially useful. I think we're trying to go in and be super fearless at the moment in this competition. It's something we lacked a bit last year, and she does just that. So yeah, no, she's a very good addition to the side, and has done really well for her first year.
Certainly fearless for the first 8 overs, 68 without loss. It's just being pulled back a little bit, mainly through Olivia Thomas. Francesca Sweet this year, 68 runs. She's striking at 95. She's had 5 innings, but career-wise, which includes tier 2 as well, she strikes at 118. She's a very positive player.
Yeah. In the 50 over comp as well, she's coming in the back end and scored a few quick fire runs. So she's very backed by all the coaches and stuff to perform well in this comp.
So here she goes. She's another one that talks quite a lot, doesn't she?
Yeah, we've got a bit of a chatty team, to be honest.
I just did one interview during the winter when she arrived, and wow, it was probably double the length that I normally do. And it wasn't because I asked lots of questions. That's a cut away by Sweet, out into the deep on the offside. So she's away straight off, 86 for 2 then, Hampshire, having won the toss and elected to bat first. Just the one change in the Hampshire side, and that's from the side that played up at Lancashire.
Yeah. Eliza Bristow in her last debut today, which will be good to see.
We can talk about her a little bit in a minute, because you might be up here and she doesn't get a look in. Well, I hope not, from the Hampshire point of view. So that's driven by Norgrove up towards deep mid-off. Total moves on to 87 for 2. Daisy Gibb alongside me, Kevin James. Let's have a quick chat about Eliza Bristow. It's her second game, isn't it? She played in the County Cup.
Yes, she did.
Last week. She's only 17. Tell us a little bit more.
About Eliza, well, she just came into the side. She didn't train with us in winter really, but she came to the side. She came in April time. She's a good all-rounder. She will be a very good all-rounder. She hits the ball hard, hits good areas. I think she's probably more in as a bowler today, but she's so young. Bowls good pace. She's got loads of potential. So she just holds the seam upright and swings it away from the right-hander. She's very exciting. Very eager to learn as well.
That's the name of the game as Thomas comes in again with her leg breaks. That's cut away.
I was actually speaking to Eliza on Wednesday, and she was just saying all these bowlers she wants to bowl like. She wants to bowl like, who did she say? Kim Garth maybe.
Really? Yes.
Yeah. I said that'd be decent if you could bowl like her. But no, she's very eager to learn. She's going to be really good. So she's a great addition to the side, I think, and she's a very good fielder. She's quite athletic. Gets around really fast with the ball. So lots of positive things to say about Eliza.
Because she was part of the England under-19s in that tri-series in Australia, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. She performed really well in that as well. She wasn't originally picked to go. I think she had a bit of a... Yeah, and then a few injuries happened. She went and she ended up thriving out there. She did really well. So yeah, gave her some opportunity to come in here.
Yeah, she got a 3 for in one of the games, didn't she? Played 3 out of the 6.
She opened the batting, I think, as well, in some of them.
Oh, I didn't look at that, I must admit. Right, who have we got now? Is it Langston again?
Blackwell, I think.
Yeah, Blackwell, yeah. And
she's young as well.
17, that's right.
Lots of young players coming through, which is really exciting.
It's a single, which takes the Hampshire total on to 80... Oh, it's 88 for 2 currently. 89 for 2. Norgrove has 11, and Francesca Sweet has 3. The 2 batters out. Maya Boucher for 44 off just 28 deliveries with 9-4. She had been dropped the ball before. Not a difficult catch, and that's swung away on the leg side out towards deep mid-wicket by Norgrove, who moves on to 12, and then Georgia Adams, LBW to Olivia Thomas for 30. 68 and 85, the 2 wickets that fell.
They'll both be looking to accelerate here and just keep the runs moving.
There's still plenty of batting to come, isn't
There
there?
is.
From the Hampshire point of view, as Sweet hits that out away on
Looks
the
like they're
offside.
hitting it quite positively, which is good, even if it's to the sweepers, what we talk about quite a lot. Hitting the sweepers hard, playing with positive intent, so yeah.
That game last week you were talking about where Abby Norgrove got runs 77 not out. Francesca Sweet against Glamorgan down
she
in
did
Newport.
really well
Yeah.
down the back end. She looks in good form.
So Blackhawk runs away from us, or will do in a minute, just after a quick chat where she sends deep mid off back, and deep backward square leg comes up to the 25-yard circle. Norgrove comes across the stumps and sweeps that away in front of square on the leg side. It's a favoured shot of Abby, that one.
Yeah, I reckon she was going for the fifth gap there. She didn't quite get that over square, but they've gone for a single.
Have you sort of, now we're in the second half of the group stages, because it's 12 matches this year, isn't it, as opposed to 14.
Yeah.
You sit 4th, you've won 3 out of 6. Have you sort of talked as a group about maybe how many wins in these last 6 that might get you there?
We haven't really. I think we're in quite good form at the moment. We're on the back of a few wins, so I think we're just trying to keep the momentum going and look at the day we're playing and just say, look, we're at a really good stage and we're doing really well, so let's just keep going. And yeah, I think we're obviously hoping for a win today. Hopefully that comes off. Actually, I saw Johnny Bairstow in the stands as I was walking over.
Oh, was he?
Some of the Yorkshire men are watching, I think.
Oh, yeah, they're here tonight.
Supporting the woman.
7 o'clock.
Which is nice.
I'm told
to
they're
see.
staying in different hotels.
Are they?
Yeah,
That's
I was told
interesting.
that, yeah. I mean,
You'd think they're both in the Hilton, wouldn't you?
well, you'd think so, yeah. Other hotels available, of course, but yeah, you're... Have you not heard that saying?
No.
Well, it's one of those that I've had to master over the years, you know, not mentioning too many brand names. That's why I've still got a job.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
fine.
I won't be asked back up again now. And other hotel options down the road,
That's right, yeah.
like a Holiday Inn.
Well, that's right, yeah. That's
Yeah.
another options available. That's right,
Exactly.
Balance it out. 95 for 2, 11 overs gone. Yes, I heard that, not from any of the teams concerned, but from somebody that would know. And yeah, so like down at Somerset, when there was a T20 doubleheader, did you stay down there, you guys?
We did the night before.
Did you both stay in the same hotel?
Actually, I think when we played that game, we went down in the morning and we left after the game. But usually we would, I think it started at 3, so we went down in the morning. But usually we'd stay the night before, and then the men would stay the night after.
Okay, that's hit away on the leg side by Sweet. Bounces away, and she's found the gap between deep mid-wicket and deep mid-on. That's a good hit there from Sweet.
Yeah, she's hit that hard, hasn't she, into the gap? It's just what we needed.
Olivia Thomas, though, 2 for 11 at the start of that over. She's still terrific figures. So, whenever you played a double header, have you always stayed in the same hotel as the men?
I think we have, but we've never stayed there. We never stayed there the same night because obviously they play
right.
later and we play before, and we'd never do this. We'd never both go up to Yorkshire. I guess this is a one-off game, isn't it? The men playing Yorkshire, so we're always quite close by anyway.
Yeah.
So we never stay really the night after. We try and get back, and obviously they finish a bit later. So
you don't even travel up on the same coaches?
no, 2 separate coaches.
Okay, I'm learning something here. That's driven just over the fingertips of Thomas up towards deep mid-off, and Abby Norgrove has run the second one very quickly indeed.
That's a good 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was only going to be 1.
They're
Now
both
that's the
quite
100 up.
quick out there.
Yeah, 101 for 2 in the 12th over. That's interesting. I always thought these double headers were an opportunity for you guys to travel up, travel back together, and
Yeah.
wow. But the 100's different, isn't it?
The
Do you all
100
travel
still-
together?
You still travel separately,
Do
but
you?
you stay in the same hotels a bit more.
Okay.
Obviously, the timings are just a bit different, and the men don't want to get to our 11 a.m. start game at 9 a.m. when they're not playing till 3. That would be a very long day for them.
Yeah.
8
Okay.
till
That's true.
11, but no, you do mix quite a lot actually, especially in these double headers. It's quite nice to integrate a bit more.
102 for 2. We're in the 12th over here. It's Olivia Thomas who's doing a really good job for her side. That's swept away by Norgrove, who again has stepped outside off stump, and she's got that fine, and she's got it away for 4.
That's what she was looking to do the over before, I think. Should be pleased with that.
Yeah, you were picked up in the auction, weren't you? I know we touched on this last time. So you were actually in the auction, weren't you, this year?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I didn't know if I was or not. You don't know if you're going to come up, so you're just watching and thinking, am I even going to come up or not? Obviously, they can pick their players at the end as well who don't come up on the screen, so there was always that. But yeah, no, it was a pretty stressful day actually.
Is it? Did you find it stressful? Really?
Well, you just don't know what it was going to be like. It was the first one. You just think, what's going on? And suddenly your name comes up, and you're like, oh my god. And then they have to put a bid in, which was.
Did you watch it live?
Yeah, I was watching it on my phone.
So your name came up.
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel? And what were you thinking then?
I was like, oh god. I just didn't want a room full of silence. And then Brave put their one up, and then there was silence. But I didn't mind by that point.
As long as somebody stuck their hand up, you were
exactly,
all right.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, that must be.
I was actually on a
nervy.
walk with Poppy and Ella when it happened.
Because Ella got picked up as well, didn't she?
Yeah, she was pretty early on. We were like, oh my god, it's you.
So, yeah, because obviously there was, to explain, so there were some pre-auction signings.
Yeah.
And then there was the auction signings. You were in that group. Was Ella in that group as well?
She was.
And then there's the wildcard picks at the end, which like Francesca Sweet got.
Post auction as well. On the day you get your picks as well. You just get. I think each team could pick up to. I think it was probably like 3 or 4. They could just pick them out if they wanted to. So a few people got picked up like that. Eve O'Neill, Academy.
Yeah, she hasn't even played in the first team here, has she?
No, she hasn't. But she was leg spin, big turner of the ball. So she got picked up with Birmingham Phoenix in the auction, but she didn't come up on the screen. They said her name.
Oh, I see.
So that'd be exciting for her.
Right, Jess Jonathan is back into the attack, probably the most experienced player on the field, just about. 108, over 100 T20 international caps for Australia. That's driven out towards extra cover by Sweet, and there is no run. She's having a good all-round season, isn't she, Jonathan?
She's a good signing for Yorkshire. I think she's on a 3-year deal with them. I think I read that somewhere. No, she's very experienced. She's done well. Varies her pace really well.
Left arm spin around the wicket bowls. Sweet misses, and she's stumped. And that's another wicket down here. Sweet goes for 13. Smart piece of keeping from Lauren Winfield Hill. You wouldn't expect anything else from her. And that's 108 for 3.
Yeah, no, she's another experienced player for them. Yeah, they've a mixed level of experience, don't they, Yorkshire? Some very young, new faces and some very experienced players. So it's probably quite a good mix for them, especially the young players, learning a lot probably from those two especially.
But that's always the way with the newish side, isn't it, really? What's really difficult is to get your journey people, the people that have been around for a few years, sort of mid-20s, early mid-20s, that have played sort of 4 or 5, 3 or 4 seasons. Because you need that as well, don't you? If you've got a lot of youngsters and a couple of 2 or 3 older ones, it's fine, but it's not actually the right blend, is it?
Agreed. No, that's what we've got. We've got that mix here at Hampshire. We've got some young players, some older players, and then there's a few of us in the middle. Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah. So 108 for 3. Rihanna Southby, who made a career best 90 not out in the very hot Metro Bank 50 over game here on Wednesday. Do you know what? I'm not joking. Up here it's like the North Pole compared to.
It's so nice up here. So that's why I've come up secretly to get into the aircon room. No, I'm joking, but it was very, very hot on Wednesday. I think that was the busiest 12th man duties I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we had drinks breaks every 10 overs in the dugouts. It wasn't obviously we were playing, but no, it was busy. Lots to do. Lots of people to keep hydrated.
Tell me you weren't carrying drinks with your left hand.
I can carry drinks, luckily, just only with 3 fingers.
Right, okay. But not much.
Got to do what you got to do.
You couldn't fill them too full because it would be too heavy.
Yeah, I mainly carried it with my right hand. But.
So you're doing half a 12-person job, aren't you? Really, if you're only carrying drinks in one hand.
Well, I am 14th I'm not even in the squad list really, so just helping out. where I can.
13th over here, 110 for 3. We've got Jess Jonathan with her left arm spinners, and she's in, and that's cut away on the offside by Rhianna Southby. She moves on to 2, and we are coming to the end of the 13th over. Do you want to do a couple more? Or you
Yeah,
need
I'll
to
do
go?
a couple more.
Couple more?
Yeah, they don't really need me in the batting innings. It's not too busy for the 12thers at the moment. Fielding innings, though, however, is pretty busy.
Yeah. Jonathan Bowles, that's swept away. It's gone up in the air. It's a top edge. Oh, it's dropped. That's another drop. Fine leg, short fine leg. This time.
Amelie Oliver.
Yeah.
She's young as well. Don't think she's played too many games in this comp either.
This is a debut in this competition.
Is it?
18-year-old, yeah.
Yeah, she's I did some under 19 stuff last summer with her. She's opening batter. I'm not sure where she'll fit in their side today.
Well, she's down at 3, but whether she bats at 3.
Yeah.
But another example of the youngsters. Their fielding has been very mixed here. There's been a couple of drop catches which haven't been the most difficult, and a smart stumping from Lauren Winfield Hill there, which helped, and a good catch by Olivia Thomas to get rid of Maya Boucher on her own bowling, which was a very big wicket indeed, and a bit of a turning point, it has to be said, because Hampshire were racing away in those first 8 overs. 68 they had until Boucher.
Yeah, it looked as though Maya was just middling everything, really.
Wasn't she? It was ridiculous,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I mean, you
I was
imagine
sat down
20
there
overs
and
of that.
thinking, I know, I was thinking, oh God. Even when it was going to the field, it was just absolutely mincing it.
She was. It's always a little bit of worry when she makes it look that easy, because you always think there's something around the corner, don't you?
Yeah.
You think,
No, she's looking good at the moment, isn't she?
Even Maya, who, she's just a ridiculously good player. We know that. Just waiting her turn really to get back on the England fold. So Olivia Thomas is into her 4th and last over here. Good figures, 2 for 21. And she comes in and bowls with her leg breaks, and that's turned away on the leg side. And that's another misfield. Just behind square, allowing Southby to pick up 2. And she moves on to 4, and Hampshire on to 115 for 3. Yeah, just going back to the auction, because I've never experienced that, and that must be absolutely incredible. But it's I won't go into how much you are, but it's actually printed, but we won't go into it. But I mean, are you sort of looking at it and thinking, how much can I really go for here? Do you did you have a figure in mind?
Honestly, I think with my experience, I mean, obviously I was just a wild card the year before. I think I was just hoping to get picked up, really. But it must be weird for some players going in and just not knowing how much you're worth. I mean, you think about, like, some people went for ridiculous money, didn't they? Cass McCarthy, she had a good day. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen on that kind of day, do you?
Yeah.
I mean,
she was about 50 or 60 grand, wasn't she?
I think she was, yeah.
I mean, she was on the academy here, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was down here for a while. I've
Yeah.
actually grew up with Cassidy at home, as I've known her a while, but she's doing really well.
Yeah.
I think she broke her leg
Oh, did she?
at the start of the season. She hasn't played much this year. She'll be in for the 100, I think.
Well, maybe next year you might go for that.
I've got no idea. I mean, I've only played 2 blast games, so we'll have to see. Haven't got much of my 2026 stats at the moment, but hopefully I'll get a few in before the 100 starts.
Oh, I'm sure you will. 118 for 3 here in the 14th over. Well, you'll have a nice pay packet at the end of August anyway.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So that's driven on the onside by Abby Norgrove, who's keeping the score rate ticking along nicely. She's 26 from 19 deliveries, having been promoted up the order for this one. Boucher 44, Georgia Adams 30, Francesca Sweet 13, the 3 wickets that have fallen. 2 for Olivia Thomas, the bowler we're watching now. And 1 for Jess Jonathan as Thomas bowls. That's a cut away by Southby out onto the offside. Erin Thomas has been
Slightly
doing the
short
bowling
delivery,
duties.
that one was, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, maybe a little bit too short. Right, that's the end of Thomas's spell. 2 for 28. She's got to be happy with that, hasn't she?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with how many games she's played especially against how we were going at the start, I think she'll be really, really pleased. She's been a good addition to the side today, I think.
Yeah. One more over?
One more over, yeah.
One more over.
And then I'll go and help everyone.
Help the drinks, yeah. No,
Yeah.
because I mean, obviously after Wednesday, I did hear that 1 or 2 in the Warwickshire side were really struggling after the 50 overs in the field.
Were they?
Yeah, they really were.
It was a very hot day. I think a few of ours were not struggling, but we were tired. Luckily, we're quite a fit all-round team. So
would you say you guys are one of the fitter teams around?
I have heard that
Really?
being said, but I don't know enough about the other teams, to be honest, but no, we all put the work in on the outside. So yeah, I think we're doing all right.
Right, it's Beth Langston who's back into the attack. None for 20 for her from her first 2 overs. That's worked away on the offside by Southby, and that'll be 1 to the total. So they move on to 121 for 3. Hampshire, who've come into this game having won 3 from 6 with 2 ties. Gosh, you normally have to wait years for those.
I know, and we got 2 in about 3 games. It was, yeah.
I did see a group of. I'm not sure if you were in one of the group when I left here one night. Came out of the West Gate, and there was a few of the teams sitting there on the path. There's a quick single, and they're home. Takes the total onto 122 for 3. And I just sort of said, oh, well done, everybody, whatever. There's about 5 of them. And they said, oh, do you think so? And I said, well, perhaps.
That would have been the Surrey game, I reckon. I mean, what did Surrey get, 100 and something? 103?
I can check that.
I think it was about 103, and we drew. But yeah, Abby has been actually subject to both of those end of innings
it's driven up to mid-on now,
situations in both of those games, which is quite a tricky situation to go in, isn't it?
Yeah, 121.
The last ball.
Yeah.
1-2-1, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got the feeling that you guys thought you should have won that one. And I must admit, if I'm honest, but I wasn't going to say that as I walked past.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, what did you do? Give that away? I was never going to say that. That's driven up to mid-off, in fact, past mid-off, and that's going to be 4 runs off the mat of Rhianna Southby. And
she really likes that area, doesn't she? She hits a lot of their boundaries down there, just to the mid-off boundary. Most teams we play against actually put mid-off out quite early onto her, but Yorkshire haven't caught onto that one yet. A bit more pace on Beth Langston, so I bet our batters are finding it slightly easier actually on this pitch.
Beth Langston, one of those 3 changes in the Yorkshire side, from the side that had an abandoned match up at Durham in their last game in this competition. It's pulled away by Southby out on the leg side this time. That's 4 more. She's timed that nicely. There was a deep mid-wicket out there. And that ball just kept rolling.
Hasn't she? Yeah. Looks quite quick, the outfield today. Everything's just racing away.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, slightly shorter, and that's one of Ree's strengths, just back of a length, and she can get on top of it. She's quite short, so her height allows her to just pull anything that's back of a length.
That's the perfect pull shot, isn't it? Pull it in front of the square.
Yeah. I hate bowling at Rhea in the nets because I bowl it slightly short and I get absolutely clarted.
She moves on to 15 off just 7 balls. This is a good rate as well. 130 for 3. We'll have 5 overs left of the innings after this delivery from Langston.
Yeah, they'll be pleased with this, I think, out there.
I think you're right. As Southby works that away again, it's misfielded at point this time. And Southby's coming back for 2. She's going to chance the arm, and it's a long way, isn't it?
Good running
way
from them. Right.
Quick word from you, Daisy Gibb, before you go about the game.
Yeah, I think we're doing really well, and I reckon we'll be looking to get maybe 5 overs left, probably 180, 190, probably 190 at least. But yeah, no, it should be a good game, and get a few more people in later for the men's game, and it'll be good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Daisy. Daisy Gibb. Twice in 2 games we've heard from Daisy Gibb. Great. You're getting used to this. We'll be getting used to this. Good luck when all those pins come out and and what have you. That's great, isn't it? Great talker. I was warned that she was a good talker before she came up. Right, so 5 overs to go. Rebecca Blake is back alongside me.
Hello.
She's been watching the proceedings. They're building it up again, aren't they, Hampshire?
They are, yes. Yes, obviously losing those couple of wickets at the start, bit of a dip, but they've definitely been building back up.
So the bowling figures for Yorkshire, the only one that's bowled out, Olivia Thomas, 2 for 28. Good stuff from her.
Keeping out bowling, and Abby Nogger has just moved to her off stump and tried to play that really fine, but has gone straight to fine leg. She's been doing that quite a bit so far in this game.
Hasn't she?
Yeah, just moving to her off stump and then playing it down the leg side.
But there's nobody deep for that.
Good option for her. Cooper to Nogger, who uses her feet, comes down the ground and drives that to mid-off, and they will run 1.
We were talking about auction picks with Daisy Gibb. Cloudy Cooper is another one that's been an auction pick for the 100, and she'll be playing for Sunrisers Leeds in the upcoming tournament, which went for 15 grand. It's not a bad month's work, is it, eh?
Not bad at all.
Settle for that.
Cooper to Southby, and she's bowled her. And that is another wicket for Yorkshire. Rihanna Southby walking back with 17 off 11 balls. Now at Hampshire 133 for 4. That is a good wicket for Yorkshire now.
She's kept the ball well up here, hasn't she, in this over?
Yes. Nice and full. We saw how explosive Rihanna Southby could be on Wednesday. So very, very good wicket for Yorkshire right now.
Certainly is. So Nancy Harmon will be the new batter for Hampshire. She's played all 6 games in this competition so far. Does come in a little bit late. The good thing is her strike rate is 168, so she's good in these situations. Just keeps the scoreboard ticking along, doesn't allow the pace to drop. She might not bat for too long, but you want players now coming in who are just going to keep your strike rate up.
Yeah, she has the ability to hit and hit well.
Yeah. She's played 1 match for Sussex this year, actually, in this competition, as Nancy Harmon.
She's been out on loan with them for the majority of the season.
Yeah, I think somebody said like it's more like a dual registration or something like that. I think that was the words that were used to me, but I think you can same sort of thing.
Cooper now bowling to Nancy Harmon, facing her first ball of the innings. And Nancy Harmon has flicked that into the leg side, deep cover. They will run 2, and they're going to have to hurry up here. But no, that is safe, and that is 2 runs off the mark for Nancy Harmon.
So we heard Daisy Gibbs say something like 190 they'd like. I think
considering
they would have
the
to
start
bat really
they had
well.
to,
They have to bat really well from here.
Cooper to Harmon, and on the offside, and Harmon's given herself a bit of room and hasn't quite got a hold of that, but that has gone out too long off, and they will run 1. Positive running, and both of them are very quick, so there will be quite a few quick singles out here available to them. Cooper now bowling to Abby Norgrove. Abby Norgrove's just used her feet and driven that past extra, but mid-off has been able to come round and cut that off, saving 3 there. They only got the 1 off that one. Putting Hampshire now 137 for 4.
Again, it was another misfield though, wasn't it? Amy Campbell, fortunately the ball didn't travel too far away from her hands, but I don't know whether it's the outfield. I mean, it's the same outfield it was on Wednesday. We didn't see, in fact, for anything. We saw a wonderful fielding display from Warwickshire.
Don't let the ground stuff hit you.
No, I don't think it is. I think there's just fumbles going on out there.
There's been a couple, hasn't there?
Yeah.
2 drop catches as well, which Yorkshire won't be happy about.
No, I think it's just one of those days. The fielding it's noticeable for the number of misfields.
I think it's hard that sometimes when you're out there, one happens and then it's a bit contagious. You almost just need someone, or as a collective, just to break that up a little bit.
That's true. Right, Innes Blackwell is back into the attack. 3 overs have cost 26 runs to date, so this was her 4th and last over of the Hampshire innings, and she's bowling to Abby Norgrove, who works it away on the offside. Again, that's not cleanly fielded. Take a single, moves on to 30. That's from 24 deliveries for Abby Norgrove, so it's been a good move for her, pushing her up the order. She's this is her last game in this competition before she joins the England A squad. So she won't be here on Sunday. As that's worked away on the leg side. It's fielded at square leg. There's an ooh from the crowd. I don't think that was in the air. I'll be surprised. It didn't bounce a lot.
No.
Might have to watch that again. I must admit the impression was it wasn't in the air, but it's a bit of an ooh from the crowd, which is starting to build. I was told there's about 7,000 pre-solds for tonight, or all day. Wide outside the off stump, and that's hit away past extra cover by Harmon. Might look for 2, they will take 2. As the throw comes in at the bowler's end, and the Hampshire total moves on to 140 for 4, and Harmon is 5 from 4. It's not surprisingly a lot of the crowd still up in the shade in the 2 stands either side of the pavilion, and a lot of people up in the top tier where there is certainly a lot of shade, but there is a few out in the sun. around the northern side of the ground, which is where we are as well. That's heaved away on the leg side. This could be going for 4. It is going for 4 from Nancy Harmon. Well, she does inject pace, and she's certainly doing it here in the early stages of this innings. 9 from 5, 144 from 4, or for 4. Definitely more pleasant here though, isn't it? I mean, what a difference. I mean, by now we were gasping.
Yes, it was quite hard here on Wednesday at this time, but this is nice now.
We've got
Still
2
helps
fans
with
on
the
us.
fans, yep.
That helps actually, doesn't it?
It does.
We had 2 fans the other day, but I'm not sure we had them positioned exactly right. That's driven down the ground to mid-on. Again, that's a fumble, but a good recovery to keep it down to 145 for 4. And I suspect out in the middle, whilst it's warm, it's probably won't be as bad as Wednesday, I suspect.
You'd like to hope not.
No.
They've not required a drinks break at 10, so I'd assume that means it's better.
That's true. Every 10 overs, that 50 over game went on for ages, didn't it? It's coming down the wicket there is Norgrove. Just about reaches that outside the off stump. It goes behind square. They've picked up a single. Norgrove will keep the strike, and we've got 3 overs left here at a very sunny Utilita Bowl, where Hampshire, having won the toss, are 146 for 4 after 17. Kevin James and Rebecca Blake with you on the live picture feed on the Hampshire Cricket website and also on the BBC Sport website and app.
Hampshire having lost 4 wickets. Wicket of Maya Bouchier, who went 44 off 28. Georgia Adams 30 off 20. Francesca Sweet 13 off 12. And Rhiannon Southby 17 off 11. And we now have, is it Georgie Cooper? Is Cooper going to, Claudie Cooper going to continue? Yes. Claudie Cooper to Abby Norgrove, who has hit that into the leg side, and long on has picked that up very well and saved 2 runs there. Diving stop there from long on to save 2. Claudie Cooper to Abby Norgrove. Abby Norgrove just uses her feet, comes down and drives that down the ground to long off for 1.
Tidy off breaks. This is her last over as well, Claudie Cooper. 1 for 34 currently.
Slight change in the field here for Nancy Harmon. They've now got an extra cover and a deep cover, as well as a backward point in on the offside for Nancy Harmon. Cooper now to Harmon. Harmon uses her feet, comes down and plays that into the leg side. It's 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 4. Bit of a fielding attempt there from mid-wicket, but didn't quite get there.
150 up. I think that was hit better. I think it was timed better than we thought. Just looking at it now on the picture feed. Yeah, it's awkward. It's an awkward bouncing ball, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Wicket did well to get round, but that bounce just a little bit awkward there. Cooper to Harmon. Harmon again, it goes arrow to the leg side, and that could be caught. No, and that is dropped just short of the fielder out at deep mid wicket, and they will run 2. Didn't quite get a hold of that. Went a bit more vertical than horizontal, that one.
More of a top edge, wasn't it, that one?
Yes.
Nice little chip onto the green.
Someone would be really pleased with that chip.
Oh, yeah, I would have been. Do you play golf?
I've played golf twice.
Yeah.
For work, and I do apologise to the golf grounds because I don't think I was very good.
Oh dear.
Cooper here to Harmon, bit of a full toss. Harmon hit then to the leg side, too long on. They will only run the 1. Pick the fielder out there on that one.
Did you dig up a lot of turf?
I did on the first hole, and it's the one where everyone was watching as well.
Oh dear.
So yeah, a bit of nerves there.
Yeah, that's always the worst part.
Yes. Cooper to Norgrove, who drives it down the ground fairly straight. It looks like Cooper got a hand to it and slowed it down, and that has saved them because mid-off has been able to cut that off, and that saved them 3 runs there, just the 1 of that last one. Hampshire now 157 for 4, and that is Claudie Cooper now bowled out. 1 wicket for 42 of her 4 overs.
So Hampshire, what's the run rate at the moment? They're scoring about 8 and a bit, aren't they?
8.7.
8.7, so 16, maybe 20 if they're lucky. They're looking at a score in the 170s, aren't they, really? Which is a more than competitive total. It'll certainly test Yorkshire. They did hit 179 for 5 in their very first game against the Blaze in this competition at Trent Bridge. Unfortunately, the Blaze got past that with 3 balls to spare, so they do know what it's like to get into the 170s, but that is their highest total to date in this competition. Beth Langston with her right arm medium paces into the attack. Last over for her of the 4 she'll bowl, and that's pulled away to mid-on. Oh my word, both batters are in the middle very nearly, and somehow Harman is home. Well, both batters started to run. Harman, I think, was a little bit more positive with her wanting to run, and about a third, maybe even a halfway down, she had to turn back, but somehow has got home as the ball went to mid-on. There's Langston, comes in again and bowls, and cut away by Norgrove to extra cover. This could be a chance. No, ooh, actually, that's good running. Harman's a little bit further up the wicket than I would have thought. It's almost gone straight to extra cover, that one.
She's backing up very positively, making those quick singles a lot easier.
Yeah, she's backing up a long way, you're right. Winfield Hill's just having a chat with Langston there as she runs back to behind the stumps. 158 for 4 then in the 19th over here at the Utilita Bowl on the south coast. The men's game coming up at 7 o'clock between Hampshire and Yorkshire, the sides who are top of the south group and north group respectively. The second crossover game. That's pulled away nicely for 4 by Nancy Harman, just short of a length there from Langston. Harman accepting that challenge easily enough. That's beautifully timed, and she is playing one of her little cameos here, Nancy Harman. 21 from 10. It's too short.
This is a great time for a player like her to come in, just be able to play her game, come up with all the shots, and if it comes off, great. If it doesn't,
agreed, because there's still plenty of backup, really, isn't there?
Exactly.
There's still some batting to come there. Mittatani still to come. Amanda Jade Wellington are all more than capable of scoring runs down the order. Oh, I probably think at this stage maybe one of them might not be needed. That's a cutaway by Harman. That's good fielding and extra cover. That was hit well by Harman, and that's a dot ball.
And again, that's some very positive backing up by Abby Norgrove, who was again almost halfway before turning back, but a bit more aware for this one, so quite safe.
Good fielding from Olivia Thomas out there at extra cover. Langston in again. Bowls. Harman comes down the wicket, drives a foolish delivery hard up to mid-on, and that's a good pick-up. Very, very good pick-up on the run from Cloudy Cooper. It could have easily been a 2 there, but she's fielded that so well, it's just a single. On 63 for 4, last ball of the 19th over. The two batters are having a chat out there in the middle. Norgrove is 36 from 30, Harman 22 from 12. Langston with a final ball of her 4 over spell. She's currently gone for 38. 163 for 4 is the total. She's taking her time now, Langston. Looking to finish off her spell well as she follows Norgrove down the leg side. As a leading edge, it's gone out on the offside, and somehow they've scrambled a single. Norgrove keeps the strike for the last over.
Hampshire now 164 for 4 off their 19 with 1 over to go. Abby Norgrove 36 for 31, and Nancy Harman 22 off 12. Good strike rate.
Just what you want, isn't it? Say Nancy Harman was striking at 168 in this competition before she came out. What is she up there now? She's back in the 160s here again, so she's keeping that up.
I believe so. I'm afraid I can't actually see that far.
I'm not sure I can either. And of course the scoreboard is in the sun as well, which is reflecting. Abby Norgrove's strike rate is also pretty decent.
This is the last over now from Jess Jonathan. Ball to Abby Norgrove, who has picked that up off the offside and played into the onside, and they will run 2. Mid-wicket will field that.
2 runs. In fact, Norgrove is striking at 160 per 100 in this innings, and Harman at 180. Just what Hampshire need.
Those 2 of the first ball of the last over. Jonathan to Norgrove again. Norgrove, please, and that's aerial, and that has been caught by short third. There's another wicket here for Yorkshire, and I believe that was Amelia Oliver, who is on debut in this competition.
Well, it's a good 38 from Abby Norgrove.
It is, yes. This is exactly what Yorkshire will be wanting in this last over. Wickets are a sure way of ensuring that Hampshire can't score runs, so the more wickets they take at the moment, the better for them.
It's the first wicket this afternoon for Jess Johnson. So who's coming? Who would you put in?
They've gone for Datani.
Datani, interesting. Could have been either her or Wellington, couldn't it, quite easily?
Either option.
Datani will look for the sweep, my guess is.
The one thing that there is a slight shorter boundary to that side, which will be an advantage for Datani as the left-hander.
True, and a left-arm spinner. So yeah, that's probably the thinking.
4 balls left in this over. Just Jonathan now bowling to Naomi Datani. And Datani has tried to scoop that. Hasn't quite got hold of it, but it will run quite fine. But they will only get the 1. Datani was looking for the second one there, but decided against it.
Yeah, that's more the scoop, isn't it, rather than the sweep, but it's a similar position she's looking at.
Mm. Three balls left of the Hampshire batting innings. Jonathan now bowling to Harman, and that was showing Harman has just opened up and has pulled that into the leg side, and that will be a boundary. Another 4. Harman now moving to 26 off 13.
That's a powerful hit as well, that.
It is very strong.
Word, there was a lot of strength went into that. You know, Jonathan must have known, you know, Harman is going to look to hit that ball on the leg side. I just think it wasn't that short, but Harman has given herself enough room by going right back on her stumps and just making that ball a fraction shorter than it actually is. I'm surprised Jonathan didn't really bowl it fuller.
Mm. Jonathan now to Harman, and Harman uses her feet, drives it down the ground. That has got a couple of bounces to mid-off, but they will only get the 1 run of that. Again, Datani was looking for the second one there, but it looked like Nancy Harman sent her back. So just the 1 off that ball. Datani now on strike for the last ball of the innings. Jonathan to Datani, and Datani has played that into the leg side to deep mid-wicket. They've run 1, fielder's picked it up, they've looked to run a second one, and they've come clear. So that is 2 off the last ball. Now putting Hampshire on 174 for 5 off their 20 overs.
So Harman finishes on 27 from just 14 deliveries. So good striking from her, wasn't
Very
there?
good.
Really, very powerful hits. Datani finishes 3 not out. So 174 for 5 here. The innings really did get off to a very fast start with Maya Boucher and Georgia Adams put on 68 together, when in the 8th over Maya Boucher was caught and bowled by Olivia Thomas, who did really well actually, because Georgia Adams was going along nicely as well. She was out 2 overs later to the same bowler for 30. Good start from Olivia Thomas to her spell. Francesca Sweet made 13, Rhianna Southby 17, Abby Norgrove 38, and Nancy Harman 27 not out. And the wicket takers, the main wicket takers for Yorkshire, Olivia Thomas with 4 overs, 2 for 28, and Jess Johnson with 2 for 30 from 4. So 174 for 5. It means that if Yorkshire want to win their first game in this year's competition, They will need to score 175 to win this game, and it isn't their highest total, or it wouldn't be. They did actually hit 179 against the Blaze, but they did lose that, and it was batting first. So we'll have to wait and see. Should we take a break?
Yes.
Myself and Rebecca will be back with you in just under 10 minutes' time.
Chaos in the first half here at Utilita Bowl. 175 the target for Yorkshire when we get things back underway, but now it is all about the Thatcher's apple roll for
I'm
up for this,
so
right?
excited. This is the first time I'm involved with this. And you did say they were big apples.
The energy there are literally massive, absolutely huge. So let's meet our participants and then we'll tell you exactly how it's going to work. So on my side we have Nathan. Hi guys, how are you doing? Nathan, I love the hat. Do you think that's going to help in the slipstream? I hope so. I'm not so sure it will, but it looks good on you anyway. Just get a little bit of sun cream on that. Anyway, here you go first.
My side of God.
Trevor.
How you like it today so far?
Very good, yeah, very good.
Yes, yes.
Interesting. See, Debbie's gone for the. Maybe I'll put the camera on it, but Debbie's gone for the feet structure. Yeah, you can put the camera on it. So this is how it's going to work, everybody. 2 giant apples. It's a relay race, just how you like it. So person number 1 will spin them round 5 times. Then we will send them with their apple through our obstacle course. They're going to go in and out of the poles, then spin their partner around at the other end. They will then do the same thing. And the first person across the line wins himself with the slam of Thatchers, which they're going to share with us.
Your team might be.
My team, obviously. Obviously, well, I'm experienced. So if you are the relay person, head on down. races. Right to the line, come on! Come on, Nathan! For the patches! Go for the side, where's the flag? Where's the finish line? It's here. And across the line. Ooh, it was close, but I take the win. I take the win. Oh, Daisy and Nathan, my heroes. Congratulations to you both. That was easy means, wasn't it, Daisy?
The apple flew away from me.
The apple did fly away from you. Come in here, Nathan. Come in here. Lovely with your retro top as well. Well done. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that apple was going to end up somewhere down the M27. That was awful. Okay, alright, well, we'll let you have a sit down. You can do that with your matches. Congratulations, our third team. I'm sorry, wasn't meant to be.
First time, no luck.
Yeah, it's fine. We have another go in the second game of the day as well.
We'll still get side away.
Hopefully, yeah. Oh, fantastic. Alright, well, you have to pay viewers anyway. We're not giving you a free one on my Zoom. Yeah, just that right. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. We've got cricket to worry about. 175 the target for Yorkshire when we get things back underway in just a couple of moments' time. 1-0 to lead, and back to that North today. Second half coming up shortly here at Utilita Bowl. We'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our partners whose support helps us create special matchday experiences like today's fixture. Please join us in thanking them for their continued support of Hampshire cricket. And today's Vitality Last T20 doubleheader is sponsored by Hampshire Insurance Brokers, official partner of Hampshire cricket. Independent brokers, Hampshire Insurance help businesses with all their insurance needs. Head to hampshireinsurance.co.uk for more information. Time to welcome back to the field on the umpires, Julia Jarvis and Mohammed Wasim. Match referee.
Welcome back to the Utilita Bowl. The two umpires, Jarvis, one of those is coming out. The two umpires in pink, and they will be leading the Hampshire team out from that far end. Now, Hampshire earlier won the toss, elected to bat first. They finished on 174 for 5. The top scorer was Maya Boucher with 44 off just 28 deliveries. There was 38 from Abby Norgrove and a cameo at the end from Nancy Harmon, 27 not out. It means Yorkshire, who are yet to win a game in this year's competition, will need 175 for victory. I'm Kevin James, next to me Rebecca Blake, and I think on the whole it's always T20, it's fits and starts, isn't it really? But I think Hampshire will be happy with that, won't they?
I think they should be. They had a very positive start with the power play, getting 60 for no loss of their first 6 overs. Obviously losing a few wickets, the run rate will slow down, but 174 for 5 is very good for Hampshire.
Certainly is, and Yorkshire will need to score their second highest total of the season to get there. They batted first in the game against the Blaze, first up. They've got 179 for 5. It wasn't quite enough at Trent Bridge on that day. The two umpires, sorry, I lost my notes. Julia Jarvis and Mohammed Wasim are the two umpires out there in the middle today. Hampshire are looking for their 4th win in what will be 7 games this evening. They've tied 2. As I mentioned, Yorkshire looking for their first. 4th against 8th is the situation that these two teams found themselves in at 3 o'clock when we got underway. And we are into the second half of the group stages. It's going to be Rebecca Tyson to get things underway for Hampshire, the left arm spinner, from our commentary end.
Rebecca Tyson taking the first over to Amy Campbell, who is opening the batting today. And good delivery, and Amy Campbell has hit that up and over mid-off, and that is a boundary to start the innings for Yorkshire.
That's a good start, isn't it?
That's a very good start.
Confident start from the 35-year-old left-hander.
They've got to be here chasing this total, especially in the power play. They need to make sure that they're taking advantage of only having those 2 fielders out of the ring. Rebecca Tyson to Campbell again. A bit fuller, but again Campbell's gone up and over mid-off, and that's going to be 1 bounce 4. Very good start here from Amy Campbell, hitting 2 boundaries off the first 2 balls.
Well, they're not bad balls, they're just good shots, aren't they?
They are good shots, very
shots.
strong.
64 runs in 4 innings before those 2 hits from A.B. Campbell in this year's competition, striking at 116. She has an okay 50 over competition this year, 135 runs, but they've averaging just 16.
There's a field change now with mid-off dropping down to long off, where those 2 boundaries have gone, and long on coming up into the ring. Makes Tyson have the 3rd ball, and Campbell attempts to sweep and hasn't quite got hold of that. That's going to be very fine. Fine leg has fielded that, short fine, and that is a dot.
There's a wide as well.
Oh, was it given a wide?
Yeah.
So she didn't get hold of it at all. My apologies. It looked like there was a little bit of contact, but obviously not.
Might be some of the pads of Southby. Maybe.
That was straight in. That's just been turned into the onside, and that one is a dot. Fielded by Square.
She was originally with Northern Diamonds, Amy Campbell, and then she moved to the Central Sparks, and she's come back again. Or gone back north, I should say.
Tyson now to Campbell, and that was straight, but Campbell's given herself a bit of room and cut that into the offside. Abby Norgrove at point has fielded that for a dot.
Strong start, isn't it, from Campbell?
It is.
A little bit unlucky there to find the fielder.
Gave herself a bit of room on that last one. Tyson again, and that was straighter, and again Campbell's hit that very well, but has found the fielder again at extra cover for a dot.
This is like Maya Boucher-esque start, this.
It's a very good start, very positive, and she's been timing it very well.
She has, isn't she, when she's found the fielders.
first in again to Campbell. And that was a bit short and a bit more leg side, and this time I do think she's got something on that. And they're just going to trickle down towards fine leg, but not quite enough. They will stick to the one only. And that is the first over here for Yorkshire. Yorkshire currently 10 for no loss. 9 of those runs coming from Amy Campbell.
Well, it's a good start, isn't it? It's only 1 over, but it's a start.
It's exactly what they need if they're going to be able to chase down 175.
Yeah, they do. They need to sort of keep that up, don't they? Most of the time it's put Bex Tyson under pressure. Early on in this game, she's picked up 7 wickets in this year's competition so far. Her economy rate is just under 6 and over, but that took a bit of a hit in that over. So Naomi Datani with her left arm seamers will open up from the pavilion end. She's been bowling very steadily indeed this year. 5 wickets in the 6 matches that she's played in this year so far. And she's going to be bowling to the left-hander Campbell. And she is over the wicket, bowls, and Campbell flicks it away on the leg side. It's past mid-wicket, and this could be more runs here. In fact, it could be another boundary, and it is. Strong start from Amy Campbell.
Very strong.
He was on to 13. It was a little bit leg stumpish from Datani. It's nicely flicked away. Just watching this again, and oh yes, way down leg side. She's actually done well to get a lot of bat on that. It's Campbell. She's 13 from just 7. 14 without loss. Here's Datani. In again. In bowls. Campbell just works that away into the covers. And that'll be 1 more to the total. 15 without loss. Still quite a lot of the crowd that's slowly building up is under cover at far end of the ground, under the roofs of the stands, but there's still a few that are enjoying the sun at this end. And just to repeat, we are in much more favourable conditions up on the gantry than we were on Wednesday. It's a lot more pleasant, isn't it? I think we were gasping for air about this time Wednesday.
Yes, we were.
Datani is in, and that's down the leg side, and that'll be a wide. Erin Thomas is the other opening bat for Yorkshire. She's 19 years of age. Apparently she's a very good tennis player as well, Erin Thomas. County level tennis player. Might come in handy with 1 or 2 of the shots. Any bounces?
Would you? Yeah, if it's a little bit short.
Swat them over the top. Here's Datani. Bowls, and that's hit past Datani up to mid-on. A strong hit. It finds the fielder up there at the far end. Score remains on 16 without loss. Well, there's definitely some intent from both these openers. I don't think we need to worry about the fact that they're looking to play some shots.
They've got to at this stage of the game.
They do. Yes, they can't. Datani is what she's doing up her shoelace. I think she is. Yeah.
Dropping the fielders. Dropping mid-wicket just back a little bit.
Oh yes, right on the circle. Yeah, well spotted. You made a good captain. As that's driven out into the covers, that's extra cover this time.
Oh, thank you, Kevin.
You don't do you captain Hursley Park ladies? Oh, you do.
I
we
do.
do.
Yes.
Well, that's why then. There you are. 'Cause you spot these things. Is that field right? Do I need to tinker? Do I need to push them a yard right to the left and oh no, hang on, yard to the right?
There's been occasions where I've moved people and it's gone exactly there, and I just think, oh, aren't I lucky? Makes me look good.
That's all right. Take it. Datani in again to Thomas. Thomas heaves that away on the leg side, and it's fielded at mid-wicket. That's Francesca Sweet. Good stop from her. Not sure it was right in the middle of the hand, but good stop nevertheless. Well, Thomas is certainly looking to be positive here. Couple of hits on the leg side, which she hasn't found the gap, and immediately Sweet is pushed back to deep mid-wicket. Would you have done that?
At this point, probably, because it does look like Thomas is trying to hit everything through the leg side, and you might as well give her one off the last ball.
Yeah, hence why both fielders are out on the leg side. She does hit that away out to Sweet, who's just been dropped to deep mid-wicket. And that's the end of the second over, which has gone for 7. Should we bring Charlotte Taylor in for the moment?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Rebecca. So Charlotte Taylor, a former Southern Viper, and I suppose if you followed Northern Diamonds, as I guess you probably will have done if you're following Yorkshire, then you might remember the name Charlotte Taylor from the 19 from the.
I was just about born.
19. 2020.
2020.
Rachel Hayhoe Flint Trophy final at Edgbaston, in which you claimed
6 for 34.
And you were player of the match in the win over Northern Diamonds
I was.
for the Southern Vipers.
Nice to see you, Kev.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Been so busy.
Well, this is it, and that's why you're here, to tell us a little bit about that. And we used to enjoy you up in the commentary box, but you're far too busy for that anymore.
Yeah, sorry about
So,
that.
well, that's one of those things. Georgia Adams with her off-spin bowls, and it's down the leg side. That's going to be a wide, surely. What's the umpire going to signal? No, there was probably just a little flick off the pad. So, score remains on 17 with that loss. So, tell us what you're doing now and what you've been up to.
Well, what haven't I done, really, is the question.
Wow, okay. This could take ages. Down the wicket comes Thomas. He works that away on the leg side for 18 without loss.
No, I'm not going to bore you for ages.
No, of
Kev.
course not.
No, it's just a little inner city program that I've just started here. So in 2021, the boys' pathway started a Hawks Academy program,
Remember?
which was effectively to bridge the gap between community-based cricket and our performance pathway. And I've just started it for the girls.
Okay. Here comes Adams into Campbell, comes down the wicket, drives strongly. That's a good stop at mid-off, half stop anyway. And Thomas will pick up a single. She's looking very good initially in these first few overs, 19 without loss.
So yeah, it's just an opportunity for girls that wouldn't normally get access to cricket, that maybe don't really know what cricket is. Lots of the girls that I've picked and selected through my talent ID process have no sort of knowledge of the game so far.
Thomas pulls that away on the onside, fires mid-wicket.
And it's a really exciting process. The girls have really bought into the sport of cricket. They're from gymnastics backgrounds or football or other sports.
Adams comes in again, favouring that leg side. Doesn't really time it. It's gone out to square legs. Good diving stop there. Is Abby Norgrove?
Yeah, very good.
Good stop from her. Keeps it down to 20 without loss.
And the girls are sort of learning to love the game already, and they've only had 2 or 3 sessions with me, but it's really exciting. We did sort of a launch event down in the centre of Southampton with some of the community coming together and really celebrating girls' sport, in line with the Women's World Cup, obviously.
Campbell hits that away and caught. Stepped away, Campbell, caught in the covers, and she goes for 15. She looked very dangerous in the short time she was out there, and Yorkshire have lost their first wicket with a score on 20 in the third over.
Yeah, very good catch from Nancy Harmon. Took it comfortably. It was hit hard, actually. Slapped. You get that slap off the bat and you think it's almost got through the infield. No, not when Nancy Harmon stood in the way.
She's having a good game, isn't she? I mean, what a cameo at the end, 27 not out from 14.
Yeah, she's done very well in the past few weeks in a T20 shirt for Hampshire. Plays with such aggression, and her fielding has always been brilliant ever since she joined the club. So yeah, it just proves that there, which is quite nice, and a big breakthrough for Hampshire.
So, the academy.
Yeah, so the girl. No, sorry, I'm just confused
right.
as why Lauren Winfield Hill isn't batting in the top order, but that's just maybe a ploy to maybe just have her come in against maybe some of the spinners in the middle order. I don't know. But yeah, so the girls are really thriving. It's really great to see. They don't really have any knowledge of the game so far, which means that makes my job a little bit tougher, trying to teach them how to bowl and bat and all those things that I don't have to necessarily do on a performance-based program. They kind of already get to that stage, but if I can bridge the gap between the two, that's what this program is designed to do. It's a really special thing to be involved in, and I get involved in the community a bit more in generally just in Southampton, but it will stretch to Portsmouth and Basingstoke as well over the next few years, hopefully.
Right, Emryn Thomas faces Bex Tyson, who switched ends, and that's driven off the back foot through the hands of Tyson, almost through the hands. No run.
And then I suppose the ultimate goal is, well, could one of these girls eventually be playing in front of us like we see here? That's the ultimate goal.
And that is your reason for doing this. That's swept away. It's a top edge, could be caught at back with a square leg, and there's the second wicket's down. Emryn Thomas trying to sweep Bex Tyson. The ball hung in the air. That would have been in the sun as well, so that's a really good catch.
And that was settled on the nerves for Eliza Bristow on debut in this competition. Runs round to her right, just slightly gets it high above the eyes, blocks out the sun perfectly, and she looked really comfortable underneath it, didn't look like dropping it, so that will settle the nerves before maybe she gets the ball in her hand a little bit later on.
Yeah, there's lots of talk about her, the 17-year-old, which I'm sure we'll come to when she gets a bit more into the game. But 2 wickets have fallen with the score on 20 after some good intent in the first couple of overs shown by Yorkshire.
Yeah, Lauren Winfield Hill comes out now, which maybe off the bat of maybe hoping to come in the middle order and negate spin and a few more things and knock the ball around into pockets. Normally bats at the top of the order, so obviously a change of role for her, but is in maybe a little bit earlier than Yorkshire wanted.
Well, she was down to bat at 4 in the abandoned game at Durham, so I don't know, maybe not a total surprise, but you're right. You think, chasing 170 odd, you kind of need some experience out there as much as anything else, don't you?
I think I'm just used to seeing her bat at the top of the order.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting that she might have just had a change of role or a different way of playing, and they find a different, Georgia Adams moved from opening batting to batting in the mid order, now she finds herself back at the top. So over time you adapt your game and you change your roles. It's just something that I'm not used to seeing.
Well, she's a vastly experienced player, 35 years of age now, 380th T20 game career, which is amazing, really. I'll come back to that, what you're talking about in a moment, as Tyson comes around the wicket from the pavilion end, wrapped on the pad but going down the leg side. So, I mean, first of all, how did these girls get selected to be involved in this?
So it was quite a lengthy process. I went through, I think it was about 8 or 9 different schools and different already existing programmes that the board run here in the city of Southampton mainly at the moment.
Tyson in again, round the wicket. It's gone for the slog sweep on the leg side and finds the gap. That should just about run away for 4, and it does. It's a straight delivery there from Tyson, but she's found the angle, Winfield Hill. She's off the mark, 24 for 2.
So the girls effectively just took part in a normal cricket session. They just thought they took part in a normal cricket session. I didn't tell them that they were being observed for any reason. I didn't want them to feel under pressure, that they had any. I just wanted them to be athletic, to be enthusiastic. I picked kids that I thought would be natural leaders, would be, athletic in the field, would just enjoy the game, not necessarily the ones that were technically correct or knew anything about the sport.
Tyson bowls, Winfield Hill drives, finds mid-on, no run.
And that's the exciting bit, is we're just trying to get into different... Who decides who a cricketer should be? Who decides that you're good at cricket? I mean, I was very fortunate to grow up in a cricketing family, but not everyone has that opportunity, not everyone has that exposure, so that's sort of the challenge that I've been set.
So they're picking up a bat and a ball as Winfield Hill uses her feet. Lovely drive. There is a fielder up at deep mid-off who comes around. That's a lovely shot for 1. And Winfield Hill will keep the strike. That's 4 overs gone, 25 for 2. So a lot of these have never even seen cricket, let alone pick up a bat or a ball.
Probably not. Some of them, I think, they're hoping to come to a game in a couple of weeks' time. I'm hoping to get them on the pitch, meet some of the players, and just interact with the club, because they're going to be part of this club, and they might not even know it exists, which is crazy to think that they're in the middle of Southampton. Some of these kids, they don't actually know that this beautiful venue exists that we have in front of us. So trying to get them involved with that. But they might not have seen the game before. They don't really know how it runs. Got kids from different socio-economic backgrounds, different races, different ethnicities, all kinds of different backgrounds, and just trying to give everyone an opportunity to access the sport that we some of us have been really fortunate to fall into. So the girls are really excited by that. They're really sort of happy to be picked, even though some of them don't understand why they've been picked. I know nothing about cricket. There must be better cricketers than me. Well, there might be, but we've picked you on the basis of a few other things rather than just do you know anything about the sport.
Maybe to tiny switch then, see from our commentary end, Winfield Hill drives as a sort of for the inside half of the bat really, as it goes out to square leg. She certainly wasn't aiming it there, 26 for 2. Have you already found some potential players?
I think so.
Where's this come from?
Yeah, and there's a couple of girls that are really diddy. They're and we're talking about they're in years 5, 6 and 7, so they're really, really diddy ones. But they can swing a bat hard, they can run well, they move well, they're really energetic.
Great stuff.
And then there's some that know a little bit more about the game and have a bit more exposure. They might be involved in a club already, and they offer a bit more sort of the traditional, this is how the game runs.
Amelia Oliver is the new batter. She's playing a missing outside the off stump to Tatani.
So there's just a few things to balance to make it. You don't almost want a team full of complete newbies that don't know anything about the game, because obviously it's a very unique game, where you stand, what the rules, all that kind of stuff that they will eventually get. So get taught, but I'm just hoping that we can just develop those things slowly with the help of some of the other girls that might have a bit more experience of that. But the raw talent is what I was looking for.
Titani in to Amelia Oliver. Oh, and she's bold. Playing away on the leg side there, playing across it. She's gone second ball. Titani with her first wicket there, and just sort of flicked the stumps really. We're in the 5th over here after a 2-over blistering start from Yorkshire. It's kind of gone a bit south.
Yeah, it was a poor option really for Amelia Oliver. I mean, you look to play straight as long as possible, especially in the power play. You play strong shots down the ground. You've got options down the ground. It's not like they've got the 2 straight ones back. I think she'll be looking at that one, maybe feeling a bit disappointed that she didn't take a more sensible option. But it gives Hampshire 3 wickets in the power play, which is always a bit of a winning token. If you can take multiple wickets in the power play and get on top of the players early. The only problem is you've got an international pro that's won World Cups for her country coming out at number 5 and has been known to ruin a game or two by taking her team across the line in Jess Jonathan. So it's not over yet for Yorkshire, but Hampshire have got their way in.
Well, this is the partnership, isn't it? This needs to be big from a Yorkshire point of view. I mentioned it earlier, over 100 T20 internationals. Jess Jonathan's had a good season, both competitions, bat and ball, and this is the main partnership. Here's Titani to the left-handed Australian who drives down the ground. Well, that's a good start. Hello, hello, I'm Miss Johansson here. Look at me. What a shot that was first up.
Yeah, you over-pitch slightly and she'll capitalise. She's a player of pure class. Just stands and delivers really. There's minimal footwork, just leans on the ball. Good pitch here at Utilita Bowl always, and it's just simply a push up the ground. Nothing really wrong that Titani's done other than over-pitched it by maybe a couple of centimetres or so.
In again, just put her under a bit of pressure, that's for sure. 30 for 3 bowls. There's a better length. That's driven out to deep point. Jonathan moves on to 5. To give you an idea of just what she's worth, the recent auction in the 100, she actually was in an auction pick. She went for 110 grand. She's going to Sunrisers Leeds. She was at Welsh Fire last year, Jonathan. 110 grand is a pretty decent amount, isn't it, for being in the auction?
I mean, I've just bought a flat and I'd quite like that sum of money in my bank account, so.
So would I. Oh dear. All in one go, eh? Oh, there's a lovely shot over the top from Winfield Hill. This is I mean, they're already it's looking a dangerous partnership, and can't emphasise highly just what a partnership this potentially could be for Yorkshire, and could very easily get them in the game and maybe even win the game if it's their day. What a shot that was as well. She actually lifts her front leg up. I mean, that is like, I've hit that flair, so well. I love that. So we've had Jonathan announced herself with an amazing straight drive, and then Winfield Hill just sort of lifting Titani overhead and just lifting her foot up as she does so. That's class.
It's
and knowing you've got class.
Yeah, it's a pretty good place to be if you're a batter. I mean, it's always a good pitch here, isn't it? So you want to take advantage, and there's slightly shorter boundary straight, so you want to take advantage of those as well. And these two players, having all the experience that they have, will know that.
I don't think I've ever played a shot where I've just lifted my leg up and go, oh, look at that. That's
not
good,
on purpose, anyway. You've lost balance or something.
That's right. I got stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
What a couple of shots that was in that over. Titani 1 for 17 from 2. So 35 for 3 after 5 here. Yorkshire, remember, they're looking for 175 for victory. It will be their second highest score in the competition this season. Their score of 179 for 5 was, though, scored in the first innings against the Blaze, which wasn't enough on that day. Right, here's Georgia Adams with her off-spin to Jonathan. Drives through extra cover. That's 4. Well, in the few balls these two have been together so far, it made it look very easy indeed. So your project's really only been going for a few weeks, hasn't it? A couple of months or maybe?
Yeah, so I started the talent ID process in January, and I've just sort of got the girls together. Over the last couple of weeks, we had our sort of launch event at the beginning of June, and we're just trying to get the ball rolling and just gather the momentum for the sport at the moment.
Wrapped on the pad, the dot ball.
They'll start their winter training, if you like, in November, and that'll run for 12 to 16 weeks between those 2 points, and they'll just learn a little bit more about the game, hopefully get some games in the summer.
This summer?
Next summer.
Next summer, I was going to say. Jonathan drives up to mid-off. Oh, did that carry? I don't think it did. Or did it? I have to look at that again. It was a powerful drive. If it did, I thought it might have fallen just short. But
Well, she seems a little bit disappointed
yeah,
that she might have put it down, Poppy Tulloch,
I
but
think that would have been tough.
it would have been a
To be
tough
fair, that's
chance.
tough.
But she does look disappointed, so maybe it did carry.
40 for 3. These two already looking dangerous. Jonathan 10 off 5, Winfield Hill 10 off 6. It's early days. Reverse sweep there from Winfield Hill. That's going fine. Now, Bex Tyson is after that. She's not going to get it. That's 4 more. 44 for 3. This innings is... Well, the first couple of overs for Campbell and Thomas was great, and then it wasn't too good for the next 3, but this has picked up the pace and some.
Yeah, it has. It's a lovely shot. It's a good option with only 1 point in. I think they're going to resurrect that now. They're going to go for reinforcements with having 2 points in there to cut off that. But it did go a lot finer than where Bex Tyson's now moved to, but they have got 2 points in now on an open mid-wicket.
Here's Adams again from the pavilion end. Winfield Hill just works that into the gap on the leg side, knew exactly what she was going to do almost before the ball was bowled. Just picks up a single, moves on to 15. So with the men's in the City Academy, which started a few years ago, didn't it? And it was based at Cantell School, which is a school in one of the suburbs of Southampton. Where are you guys based?
So that'll be at the same place.
Oh, you are?
So we're hoping to be based at Cantell as well.
Okay. Round the wicket, Adams to Jonathan. Jonathan just flicks that away for a single on the leg side, 46 for 3.
And yeah, we're just hoping to build the programme like the boys have done over the last few years. They've got different age groups. Ours is an under 13 age group at the moment. They've got different age groups, and they're operating in different parts of the county as well. Like I said, in Basingstoke and Portsmouth. So eventually the programme will grow, but we're trying to get 1 whole year of this, just see how it works, because it worked very differently from the girls. I think the boys started with a base knowledge of what cricket was. They did it in their school PE lessons maybe. They might have seen the sport a little bit. There was more buy-in. It's funny, the girls, there wasn't really much, well, we're doing cricket today. Like, because I just go into their random PE lesson that they were supposed to be doing basketball, and they suddenly find out they're doing cricket and then all decide that they don't want to do it, which is really interesting. But then when they get into it and you think, well, they've actually started to enjoy this now, but they might just not know how enjoyable cricket could be. It just looks very static at times, doesn't it? If you're not batting or bowling, it can look quite boring. So it's trying to find a way of incorporating that through their experience.
Okay, so this is...
Debutante. Eliza Bristow.
I thought it was, yeah. I was looking at the picture feed. I'm thinking, no, that's not Wellington. So this is 17-year-old Eliza Bristow, who made her senior debut last week in the County Cup down at Newport. Here she is making her debut in this Vitality Blast competition, and she is just 17 as a seam bowling all-rounder. Comes in and bowls, and that's pulled away by Jonathan, fielded at square leg by Ditali. Now a little bit more about Bristow. You'll probably know quite a bit about her. I know recently she signed a 6-month contract, her first pro contract. She went to Australia on an England under-19 trip, tri-series, Sri Lanka, Australia and England. She wasn't even first choice, was she? She went as a backup, didn't she, or something?
Yeah, well, she wasn't. They had sort of camps throughout the winter, and she wasn't initially involved in those, and got invited to a few as bowling cover, and they liked her.
It's worked away on the onside. There was a deep mid wicket, so it's just a single, 47 for 3.
And you can see why. She's a busy character. She can bat. I mean, she probably won't play a main role as a batter in this team, but she can bat as well. She's really dynamic in the field. Really gets stuck in is the way that I would describe her. Really good kid. Got a lot of potential. Hence why you find her, playing today. Got loads of potential.
Well, she's tipped for some good things. Speaking to 1 or 2 people.
Come through our pathway here, which is really important.
Yeah.
That we can show that she joined our pathway. I think she was an under 11, and now plays for the pro team. It's a really important message.
Bowls to Winfield Hill, almost tucks her up. Well, she does tuck her up there a little bit. Winfield Hill, I think, was trying to find an angle way on the leg side. Just about gets a bat on that one. She's bustling medium pace is Bristow. I presume she's still at school, Winchester.
Yep, St Swithin School.
That's right.
So yeah, she's got loads of talent, and I think that's a really important message coming back to sort of my programme, that we can produce players that go all the way through a pathway and end up playing pro cricket, which is really special.
She's down the leg side.
She tried the ramp.
She did. No run though.
Fine leg was up, so the shot was on, but you need to connect with it.
Winfield Hill's always looking for something, isn't she? Really, she's not. She doesn't
She's
always
not a
do
boring
ordinary.
cricketer
No,
for-
she's not. No,
to
I
watch.
mean, she's been around a long time. 35 years of age. She was with Yorkshire last year. She was playing for Essex, so she got Tier 1 cricket in anyway. But always performs.
Yeah, and you like to think that some of the girls that I'm bringing to a game in a few weeks' time might look at someone like Eliza and really relate to her.
So Bowles, that's outside off stump. That'll be a wide, I think. Oh, the umpire's not. Winfield Hill wants a single wide, and the umpire doesn't. The umpire started to get those hands out and then just
Decided against it.
kept them. It was almost like they were bolted to the side. I must admit, it looked a wide.
Yeah, it looked a little bit
It
wide.
did look a little wide.
There are guidelines on the floor to help the umpires
There
as
is,
well.
yeah, to be fair. That's outside off stump, and that's driven in the air but safe down to deep mid-off where Maya Boucher fields, and that's the end of Bristow's first over, which has gone for 2 runs, which is a steady start. I'm sure she'll be nervous, especially bowling at 2 players. That's the
This
hard
is
bit,
probably
isn't
the
it?
worst partnership to bowl at.
She'll probably play another
Left
6
hand,
years.
right hand.
And 2 seriously good players.
Yeah.
Probably for the next 6 years she'll never bowl at a combination like this.
But she's probably stood at the top of run up going, oh my goodness, I'm bowling at 2 international pros. They've won World Cups between them. Like, you know, both of these would have played in the 2017 World Cup, and I'm not even sure Eliza Bristow would have been knowing what that was back then, really. So she should have been about
So-
10 years old. Might have been in the crowd. Might not have been.
Incredible, isn't it?
Probably was playing a pathway game for Hampshire, which is quite incredible, really. But there we go.
So this academy, I mean, obviously the guys have had a few years start on you, isn't it? But it's interesting what you were saying earlier about, you know, some of them knew about cricket, so they had a bit of a start. You're starting from literally nothing. So I
Yeah.
guess here they're giving you a bit more time.
Yeah, they're going to, yeah. And I think it's important that we give the girls that time to really grow love for the sport.
Here is Amanda J. Wellington with her leg spin, and she's playing a missing outside off stump straight away, Winfield Hill.
We don't really want the girls to just play the sport and then not join a club, or you know, we're trying to get them to really love it, so then we can grow their exposure to the game as the whole game, rather than just playing for this team in this program.
Reverse sweep there from Winfield Hill, goes fine. Good stop from Sweet. Throws the ball in, literally lying on the floor, but it's a single taken. 49 for 3.
And then we're hoping that momentum will build. Other kids will, you know, just by me talking about it now, or seeing the girls out there, you know, meeting a few players, it will gain momentum in itself. And this could be an opportunity for me. And I've never really thought about cricket before, but actually, and as I go into more schools and delve more into our communities about, you know, how do we get those kids out of those inner city areas when, you know, they don't have fields to play on. They don't, you know, they're in an inner city school where they've got no grass facilities, no outdoor facilities. Well, can we actually still make them love the game of cricket?
Wellington bowls. Jonathan hits that away up towards deep mid-on. That's the 50 up for Yorkshire, and it's come up halfway through the 8th over. Hampshire at this stage going in, well, at the end of the 8th over, Hampshire had 71. So they're not far away. Yorkshire, Winfield Hill drives that away on the offside. Again, it'll only be 51 for 3. Sounds like a long-term project for you. Would you like to stay with it? Do you think you're sufficiently enthused?
Yeah, it's my baby now.
Yeah,
So I've sort of, you know, spent a long time this winter creating it, putting it all together. And I run another program here at Hampshire, which is the under 10 to under 12, sort of our early engagement program. And I'm hoping that over time a few of those girls will feed into that if they're good enough and they get better. That's the idea, that it just creates a bit of momentum.
Jonathan drives, could be caught at mid-off, and she is. Georgia Adams taking one right in the stomach, made sure she was behind it, made sure she watched the ball into the hands. Mistake there from Jonathan, and that is a big wicket. One of the 2 really big wickets that Hampshire need to take, but both her and Lauren Winfield Hill working together, well, that equation has now been taken out of it, and that's a big wicket as far as Hampshire and Yorkshire are concerned.
Georgia
13.
Adams doesn't miss many opportunities in the field. She catches pretty much everything that comes to her, touch wood. She's got a brilliant safe pair of hands, and it's an important wicket for Hampshire because those two are a dangerous pair. They're always looking to score, and just that experience and being able to see Yorkshire across the line, the longer they stay in, the more that looks like a possibility for them. So just to break that partnership as early as they have done, just inside the 8th over is really important for Hampshire.
Yeah, they put on 27.
An entertaining 27.
It was, yeah, in 3 overs. So, yeah, it's, as a fielding side, you don't want them batting 12, 13, 14 overs. Just watching this again, she comes down the wicket. She's gone for the shot over the top. Just hasn't quite got hold of it, and Adams, as you say, safe pair of hands. Right, the new batter is Alice Clark, 24-year-old. Another left-handed bat in for Yorkshire. Do you want to do the end of next over? All right, and we'll bring Rebecca back in.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do one more over.
No, thank you for allowing me to come on.
No, it's great to talk about it, because I've not heard a lot about it.
I think that's the reason why I'm here.
Well, this is it, and I think I heard you once shout from the floor of the atrium up to me on the first floor, something about it, and that's about as much as I knew. That's driven up to mid-off, so not a lot.
And I think it's just about spreading the word that these things are happening, and that Hampshire are doing really great things in the way that they're promoting the female game in this county, and a lot of other counties I feel shout about stuff, and we maybe don't do it as much as others, even though we are doing all those good things. So I think it's important to speak about it for everyone that's listening and watching at home and maybe around the ground today, knowing that there's some budding young talent hopefully coming from the most poorest parts of our community, and actually can we sort of all rally together and get them to just love sport. If they turn up and they don't want to play cricket after a year, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Just get them exposed to it. Can they become a leader? Can they be part of a team? Do they know what teamwork is? Can they go and be in a team in a work environment and work together better when they're older and they've got a job? All those types of things that you learn through sport, and I think cricket's a really important space to do that.
Titani's coming round the wicket for the 9th over. 51 for 4 then. Yorkshire chasing 175 to Tani, and that's a nice little ramp shot, and it's just over fine leg, and that'll be 4 for Winfield Hill. Yeah, you've got to keep your eye on her. You don't know what she's coming out with next. Do you know, interestingly, I was talking to somebody connected with the men's inner city, the boys in the city academy, and they said they were a little disappointed that they've got to this point and they haven't really produced anybody that's come through the ranks. And I said, I think I did one feature on it when it first opened, and that's all I've done. but this, I tried to sort of say to this person that you're not going to suddenly produce professional cricketers, in 3 or 4 years. It's going to take longer than that, isn't it? You're lucky if you get one straight away. As Tatani comes in, that's hit hard down to deep mid-off by Winfield Hill, who moves on to 23. But it'll come, isn't it? You've got to stay with it and persevere with it, isn't it? You were lucky you played pro sport, and I did as well. And you're the lucky 0.25% that play it, not even a 0.25% that play the game, and it's a lot less than that. I've just got that out of thin air. So if you've got 20 people on an inner city academy, doesn't mean that one of them is going to be a pro, but if you produce some good club players that enjoy the game and love it, you've progressed. And
you do, and then everyone else gets better because you're producing more talent for a part. Like some of those boys have now got onto the pathway at least, which should be step one.
Yeah, the tiny bowls, that's worked away to point by Clark, no run.
So if you can just do that as stage one, bridge the gap. The whole point is to bridge the gap between community and recreational sport and our performance pathway, and make that transition easier. So, and for kids that really show good potential, they might go on and do more than that. But then you get them into a space where, a performance-based program, they can get even better than what you've given them, but you've given them a chance. And then it's up to them.
100%. It's tiny bowls, and Cooper just gets turned round there a little bit. Tiny throws at the bowler's end, hits the stumps. I think it's one of those where the crowd have enjoyed a chance of a run out more than anything else. She always looked home, did Clark, but that's a leg by signalled, actually. Interesting, because it's gone out on the offside. 56 for 4, but I think it's great, and it is interesting because once the boys in the city academy started, there had to be a girls one that followed, didn't it? There had to be.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe come a few years too late, and I'm glad that we've got to a point now where I'm really privileged to be able to lead it. There was nothing like it when I was coming up through the pathway at this club, and to have it as an option is really great.
Winfield Hill hits Tatani wide of mid-off, but it'll be picked up by Nancy Harmon. They'll come back for 2. Oh my word! Oh, they've sent back. Winfield Hill was sent back there by Alice Clark.
But there's not one route into the game. There's not just one way to get into the sport. It's not just through clubs or through your school. There's other avenues to come into the game. And if we can just get a few girls on a Friday night, playing together, creating new friends and new experiences, and they don't end up being a pro cricketer, but they just enjoy the game or they become a leader, that's more important.
Clark gets an inside edge there. It's gone past Southby. It's running up towards fine leg. It's picked up on the rope, or is it? Yes, it is. Bex Tyson, literally inches from the rope at the far end, has saved 4, and Alice Clark is off the mark with an inside edge there. That's the end of the 9th over. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Charlotte
It's been
Taylor.
a pleasure to chat.
It is great. Yeah, Charlotte Taylor, person of the match, player of the match in that 19. I keep saying 19. What am I doing? 2020. I'm thinking of 1920 for some reason. I don't know what it is. It was 4. It was signalled 4. Thank you very much. See, the cameraman is more on the ball than I am, and which is not for the first time. Charlotte Taylor, yes, who was player of the match in that 2020 Rachel Hayhoe Cup final against Northern Diamonds with her 6 wickets. Great stuff, and she's doing a great job as well, by the sounds of it. Rebecca, that's it's nice to hear, isn't it? Stories like that.
Very nice.
Definitely. So 4 runs signal takes the Yorkshire total on to 60 for 4 at the end of the 9th over. Hampshire at 84.
And this is Adams bowling to Winfield Hill, who's not quite managed to get that away. Dot. Yorkshire currently 60 for 4 in the 10th over. Hampshire was 60 for no loss at the end of their power play. Big difference here at the moment between the 2 innings. Adams again to Winfield Hill, who opens up and plays it into the leg side, and there'll be 1 bounce before it reaches the fielder at mid-wicket. And they will run 1.
That's a big wicket, isn't it, Jonathan?
Very big.
That was a big one.
Very important one here for Hampshire. And it's now Clark on strike, the left-handed Clark. Adams now coming round the wicket. And they're just moving the field round again. Taking 1 out of the offside and putting 1 in mid-wicket on the 1. Adams coming in now. Then there's a reverse sweep from Clark. It hasn't quite got hold of it completely, but they do look like they're going to come back for 2, and they are. And they are safe. There's 2 runs for Clark off Adams. That puts Clark now on 4 runs off 5. Winfield Hill 25 off 20. Adams in again. And again another reverse sweep attempt, and there is an appeal here for, I'm thinking it caught behind, but it doesn't seem the umpire thinks it hit the bat. It's quite hard to tell exactly what the appeal was for, other than a potential caught behind, but
Adams looked convinced, didn't she?
so did Rihanna Southby. But the umpire did not look interested. Adams again to Clark, and Clark drives it into the offside to the fielder at cover.
The pigeon's back.
Steve officially now has a name.
It's officially called Steve now, is it?
Yes, according to the Hampshire social media. He even had his own appearance earlier on their social media yesterday, so he's officially been adopted as a mascot.
Fielding at, well, just in front of cover point at the moment.
Adams to Clark. And Clark works that into the leg side, not quite far enough, hasn't quite got hold of it. Looked to run a 1. However, both decided against it with Rihanna Southby being a little bit too quick in fielding that. And that is the end of the over for Adams. Yorkshire moved to 63 off 4, chasing 175.
Yeah, so effectively halfway through the Yorkshire reply. Hampshire at 10 overs. Well, they had 88. 88 for 2. They got away to a fast start though, 68 in the first 8. Boucher and Adams falling within a couple of overs each other. We got drinks here. I don't think we had drinks in the first half.
I didn't think we did.
Interesting. I did get a message from the Hampshire club photographer Dave Vokes, who actually just messaged me to say Steve the Pigeon is back. So we've just mentioned that. He did message me actually to say Dave has been on this sort of fitness program for a year or two now, actually. And he messaged me to say that he's into all these runs now. Honestly, you know, and I don't think he'll mind me saying, a guy that I don't think could have run out to the middle, let alone, you know, do all these runs. But he has got himself amazingly fit now. And he messaged me to say that tomorrow is his 13th 10k run, which is halfway through his challenge. So I guess he's looking, so that's halfway, so that would be, what, 26?
Wow.
26 10k runs. Wow. So good luck to that tomorrow, Dave. And yeah, he's been a club photographer here for quite a while. A few people in the ground now. It is noticeable how the crowd has started to build in the last half hour, 45 minutes or so. There is a crowd, I think pre-sales were over 7,000, so we should get that, and then who knows, we might get a few more on top of that to decide to come along for the rest of this game. And for the men's game, which starts at 7 o'clock this evening, it's top of the South group against top of the North group. That's Hampshire against Yorkshire, the likes of Johnny Bairstow, Moeen Ali here for Yorkshire. We already, Daisy Gibb already said, oh, I've seen Johnny Bairstow earlier. Was it you who told me that? It would have been Daisy. Yeah. Oh no, you wouldn't have been that.
No.
You wouldn't have been that starstruck, would you?
I mean, probably. It is Johnny Bairstow, so most people would be.
Right, drinks have been had and consumed, and Bex Tyson will bowl from the northern end, taking over from Naomi Datani. So 63 for 4 are Yorkshire. Remember, 175 is their victory target for their first win in this competition this season. Winfield Hill works that ball away on the leg side from outside off stump to sort of flick that away, and she moves on to 25. 63 for 4, 26 actually, 26 from 21. Lauren Winfield Hill and Alice Clark, the left-hander, with her. There's 4 from 8. Campbell for 20, Thomas for 3, Amelia Oliver for no score, and Jess Jonathan for 13 are the 4 Yorkshire wickets that have fallen as Tyson bowls, flighted, driven down the ground by Clark for a single, fielded by Nancy Harmon, who, a little cameo from her, 27 not out from 14 at the end. Powerful striking from the all-round, well, she used to be an all-round, she used to bowl leg spin, Nancy Harmon, doesn't really bowl much of that now. That's driven out to wide, mid-on, 2 for Winfield Hill, moves on to 28, 67 for 4 here. I think the hazy cloud above us is just keeping those temperatures to a...
There's also a little bit of a breeze now coming through, so it's quite much more pleasant.
It is, isn't it? It's, yeah, we've got a couple of fans on just to make sure here around us. Oh, it's a lovely shot over the top, Winfield Hill. Perhaps didn't quite get hold of it, actually. It was probably more out of the outside half of the bat. Looks like it went a bit squarer. It is picked up just inside the rope behind square on the offside. Winfield Hill deliberately opened herself up there to try and hit over the covers. It went squarer, but she still picks up 2. She moves on to 30. 69 for 4 are Yorkshire, which means from here they need another 106. Winfield pulls that away on the leg side. That's well timed. That split the field, and that's 4. Nicely played. Lauren Winfield Hill moves on to 34. 73 for 4. She's the wicket. She's the one now that can win this game for Yorkshire.
This is her highest total so far in the competition. Her previous highest was 23 against Surrey.
So she hasn't really got going yet in this, has she?
Not really. Today could be the day.
Well, Tyson bowls, Winfield Hill drives, that's a good stop. Naomi Datani there in the covers. That was a low full toss. I think Winfield Hill might feel she just missed out on that one a little bit. 11 overs gone, 73 for 4. 10 runs off that one from Bex Tyson.
Clark now on strike, and it looks like there's going to be a change of bowler. Amanda Jane Wellington coming on to bowl.
Thank you to those of you who've been messaging me about the bird, Stephen Clark and one or two others. Yes, the bird is back and it's still there. It's just moved slightly, hasn't it, from cover to, well, from point to cover.
Just wants to be involved.
It does. It doesn't want to sort of be on the periphery.
No. And this is Wellington to Clark. And Clark has worked down to the leg side, past the fielder at a fine leg. Deep squares, run round and fielded that, and they will come through for 2. That is 2 off the first ball. Wellington so far, first over, taking 1 wicket, having gone for only 3 runs. Wellington running in now. Wide on the offside, giving Clark a little bit of room. He's trying to open up a little bit, but played and missed at that one.
Give himself a bit too much room, didn't
A little bit too much. Wellington in again. And this time seemed to be in a bit of an edge, and that's gone past the keeper, past third, and that has trickled to the boundary for 4.
A little bit lucky there. Just enough of a deviation to take it past Southby. Committed to the shot, wasn't she? Come down the wicket, tried to hit it over the top. That looks like that's the googly from Wellington.
Yeah. Well, Clark will be happy for that. That is 4 runs for her. Yorkshire now 79 for 4. Wellington running in to Clark. And again, Clark's given himself a little bit more room. Played that into the offside. Deep covers run in. And they will run 1. We now have a big fielding change with a left hand and a right hand batter. Everyone's moving around.
Well, that run rate required is around 11.5 and over, which is, yes, it's significant, isn't it?
Quite a big ask from here. Wellington to Winfield Hill, who drives that in the air, and that is caught. No, unfortunately that was dropped by long off. Bouchier, the fielder, who did all the hard work, ran in, did drop on her a little bit, didn't quite manage to hold on to that.
Yeah, she'll be annoyed with that, but that's difficult. That's a difficult one.
That was a difficult catch. Wellington to Clark, and again that's got aerial up and over, but it will fall well short of the fielder at long off. And that's the end of the over. Yorkshire now 82 for 4. Wellington has bowled 2 overs now, 1 for 12.
Well, it was 9 off that, which is not far off where Yorkshire need to be with every over. Hovering around, or just over 11.5 and over from here on in. 82 for 4. Yeah, I think, I'm not even sure in the end that actually quite carried to Boucher. She's probably more disappointed the ball just seemed to die on her a little bit. So 93 required, and we have 8 overs to go in this contest. Hampshire looking for a 4th win from 7, and Yorkshire looking for their 1st win in this year's competition. It's their 1st year in Tier 1 cricket, both in the T20 and in the 50 over competition. They have won 3 one-day cup matches, but looking to start registering in this. We've got Poppy Tulloch with her right arm medium pacers coming into the attack. She's got a massive towel coming out of her trousers there at the back. That's almost like a bath, one of those beach towels, really. It's not a little one, it's not a hand towel, is it? No. As she bowls, and that's playing missing outside the off stump there, Clark. Yeah, there's sort of like towels that players have tucked in their trousers, and there's it's almost like a robe. 84 for 2, the start of the 13th over here. Poppy Tulloch is playing her 7th match she's played in all the games so far. It's worked on the onside by Alice Clark. We'll move on to 13, fielded by Datani. Robbie Tulloch, who's actually played a couple of matches for Sussex in this year's Blast competition in Tier 2, which is not unusual for these players, is it?
No, quite a few of them will do that.
They do. Get some game time. 83 for 4. I have to say the Shane Warne stand has got quite a few people in it, hasn't it? Lots of yellow shirts. There's Tulloch Bowls, gone for a reverse sweep in the air but safe. Past Bex Tyson, and it's running away down to third for 4. Well, Winfield Hill is playing all sorts of shots here, and most of them are effective. 39 she moves on to from 27. In the end it was well wide with Tyson.
She really is the crucial wicket here that Hampshire need.
She is, isn't she? See, as you were saying earlier, this is comfortably her top scorer of this year's competition.
Yes.
They're striking at 114 in this year's competition. This innings to date has her at 144. Tyson bowls, sorry, Tulloch bowls, and that's worked to extra cover off the back foot by Winfield Hill. Yeah, so she's striking better in this innings. She's made a telling contribution so far, but still needs a lot more from her. Yeah, 88 to win from 44 balls, so it's 2 a ball effectively. Even I can work that one out.
I wasn't going to say anything.
It's Tulloch again, full outside the off stump. Slightly slower ball, I think, that one. Winfield Hill gave her some room, gave herself some room, and then sort of moved quickly across to the off stump. Doesn't really time the ball at all there. 87 for 4, the score remains. I tell you what, this crowd's building up quite nice, isn't it?
It is. Starting to hear quite a bit from them now.
Yeah, it is good. Good time to turn up, actually. See the remnants, or not the remnants, the back end of this game, which, if Winfield Hill continues and bats long, then will be a good game. That's outside the off stump. She's tried to play a reverse sweep there and missed. Almost arrives to her, and she almost yorks herself actually outside the off stump. 13 overs gone, and Yorkshire are 87 for 4.
Clark 14 off 16, and Winfield Hill 39 off 30.
Just 5 off that.
Just a 5. Robbie Tulloch will be happy with that first over from her. Just for context, Hampshire were 88 for 2 off their 10 overs, compared to Yorkshire 87 for 4 off 12.
I mean, obviously it's doable, of course it is, but there's a lot for Yorkshire to do here. These two have put on 36 together so far.
Adams now bowling to Clark, and that's a reverse sweep, and they will run 1. Adams having bowled 3 overs so far, 1 for 17. This being her last over. Winfield Hill now on strike, with 3 fielders out on the leg side. Adams to Winfield Hill. Winfield Hill plays it aerial, and it just goes past. No, that is caught. That is caught at fine leg, short fine leg. Amanda Jade Wellington, and that is the wicket that Hampshire were looking for. Lauren Winfield Hill departs for 39 off 30.
Oh, that's a good catch. Actually, it was good judgment, wasn't it?
It looked like it was going to go over her, and all of a sudden, it didn't. It just dipped. That is a very important wicket here for Hampshire. Yorkshire now move 88 for 5.
Well, she just got underneath that. Winfield Hill, and it just hung there, and you're right, it just looked as though it was going to evade Wellington. She's turning away, almost turning away from the action, but that's a big blow. That's a big Really did watch the ball into the hands. That's the secret of those catches, over your shoulder. You really do have to watch it all the way. You cannot take your eyes off that for a moment until you feel that ball safely in your hands. And of course you've got to try and keep steady as well at the same time. Don't want the ball bobbling around in your eyesight. Good catch.
Duckworth now at the crease. Adams now coming in. Duckworth just drives that to extra cover. Dot ball.
Well, Rebecca Duckworth's only had one innings in this year's competition.
Adams to Duckworth. Duckworth drives that straight, but mid-wicket does stop it, but not cleanly, so they will come through for 1 run. Rebecca Duckworth scoring 8 against Durham in their previous one, and no play at all in their last T20 game against Durham. There was a no result after the toss. Adams now to Clark. Clark uses the feet a little bit, doesn't quite get hold of it, and it's an edge, but Amanda Chade Wellington at short third will stop that, and they will only get the 1 off of it.
That's a good stop. Diving stop, and it's stuck in the hand.
Yeah, that was very good.
She's been awesome this over.
Very busy.
Yeah.
Yorkshire now 90 for 5. Duckworth on strike. Adams running in. And Duckworth just blocks that. And Adams will fill that off of her own bowling. And that is Adams bowled out now, having taken 2 wickets, gone for 20 runs off her 4 overs.
So 6 overs to go here for Yorkshire. And time is starting to run out. 85 they need, and that run rate now that was hovering around sort of almost 12s and then went to 12s. It's now over 14 and over, and that's going to be really tough. With no Jonathan out there, no Winfield Hill out there now, it's going to be very tough for these batters.
Adams and Wellington both went into this game with 11 wickets each. Adams' second one now just puts her ahead by 1.
Ah, it does.
Just by 1.
Such a handy all-rounder. Georgia Adams with her batting at the top of the order made a really good 30. Right, Poppy Tulloch, who's taken the towel out of her. Oh no, it's not Poppy Tulloch, is it? It's or is it? That's a low full toss. I think that might be caught, or no, it's not quite reached mid-off. But I think that's going to be called a wide or no ball. What's the umpire going to signal? Yeah, that's signalled a wide no ball. Sorry, a high no ball. It is Tulloch bowling. Apologies. She's just taken the towel out. I don't quite know why. Maybe somebody said that towel's far too big, or somebody from the room.
She must be able to hear you.
I know. Maybe somebody who's staying here said, "You got my bathrobe here." She's had to hand it back. So it is a free hit, and it will be Rebecca Duckworth that will try and do something with this delivery. Tulloch bowls. Duckworth works her way on the onside, runs the first one quickly, shouldn't be any more than 1 as Sweet comes in off the deep mid-on boundary. And Yorkshire move on to 93 for 5. Well, this might fizzle out a little bit now. I think hopes were raised, certainly in the Yorkshire camp, when they had that very quick start with Amy Campbell and Erin Thomas, but when they were out in the 3rd or 4th over, there was a little bit of a lull, and then Johnson and Winfield Hill got together. That's a good full delivery outside the off stump. Nice bounce through to wicket-keeper Rhianna Southby, but Jonathan and Winfield Hill were only together for 3 overs. They put on 25 in that time, but the fall of Jonathan's wickets put a lot of pressure on Winfield Hill, really, didn't it? And she's gone now as well. 39 from 30. Jonathan made just 13. Started off brightly with a beautiful straight drive. And their first delivery. That's turned away on the leg side. Well, they run 2, they will. And that's very good running. That ball is literally just a couple of yards past the 25-yard circle, and there's always 2 there if you go straight away with fielders on the rope. 95 for 5. Clark is on 19. She's only played a couple of games in this competition. She's only played a couple of games in the 50 over competition as well for Yorkshire. this season. There's Tulloch bowls, nice drive, but finds the captain Adams at extra cover. Well, you do feel like Yorkshire have got to do something now. They really do need to pull that rate back, which has now gone up to 15.
It's quite a big ask for the last few overs to be going at 15.
It is, isn't it? They still have 5 wickets in hand, but it will take some doing without their main players there at the crease. Of course, they've got a few missing as well, which doesn't help. As that's turned away on the leg side. Nice shot there from Clark, but it's only one. Takes the total up to 96 for 5 without the likes of Stuart Callis, who's away on England duty. Sarah Glenn pulled out by England today. Well, ahead of this game anyway. It's left them a little short. Left them a little short as well, the World Cup in the bowling department, with the likes of Hannah Rainey playing for Scotland. Rachel Slater as well. Yes. In comes Tulloch. Full outside the off stump. That's called a wide. I must admit, there was one a few overs ago from this end which we all thought was a wide. That one, I think, was it or wasn't it? But called straight away by the umpire.
Interesting decision. It did look like it was inside, but obviously not.
No. Who are we to argue?
Exactly. No better than to argue with the umpire.
Julia Jarvis it is at this end, the umpire. Poppy Tulloch runs away from us once more. Right arm over and bowls. Length ball straighter this time, and Duckworth can do no more than work it to extra cover. That's another over ticked off, which means in this game there are 5 overs, a potential 5 overs left. And Yorkshire at 97 for 5, where there was just 7 runs off that over. From here, need another 78, and that run rate has crept up to about 15.5 an over now.
Even harder. Wellington seems to be coming back on from the pavilion end. Clark on strike. Clark currently 20 off 23. Duckworth 2 off 5. Just having a couple of movements in the field, trying to decide where the fielders are going to go. 3 fielders out on the leg side, and Wellington running in now to Clark, and Clark sweeps that. Doesn't quite get hold of it completely, so he goes very fine. They've run 1, Bex Tyson has fielded it, and they will come back for 2. Yeah, didn't quite get a hold of that reverse sweep, but it was enough that it did start trickling towards the boundary, and had Bex Tyson not intervened, probably could have gone. Wellington to Clark. Clark uses her feet, comes down, and it's up and over cover. There is a fielder out at deep cover who misfields it, and they will run for 2.
Nancy Harmon.
That's the first real misfield that we've seen in this innings. There was a few fumbles in the previous one, but Hampshire women have been very, very good with their fielding. Very few misfields apart from that one. Took most of their catches as well. And a reverse sweep again that misses everything, and it's just picked up by Rihanna Southby. Wellington coming in now to Clark again, and again Clark tries to reverse sweep that again.
It's not working, is it?
Not at the moment. No, he's not quite been able to get hold of that.
I can understand why. There's 2 fielders. They are backward a point, but they are on the 25-yard circle, so.
And Clark comes down the wicket using her feet and has hit that to mid-wicket. Mid-wicket's fielded that cleanly, past it to the fielder at mid-on, and they have only run 1 off that one. Very good fielding out in the deep to restrict Yorkshire to just the 1 run off that. Duckworth now on a strike. And again, they are maintaining 3 fielders out on the leg side, deep square, deep mid-wicket and long on, allowing Yorkshire just to get the 1. At the moment, singles will not be a problem. Wellington to Duckworth, who uses her feet and drives it, but does drive it straight to Georgia Adams at extra cover, and that is a dot. And that is the end of the over for Wellington. Wellington now in bowled a total of 3 overs, 1 for 17. Yorkshire currently 102 for 5 of 16, with 4 overs remaining, chasing 175.
There's only 5 runs off that over, Rebecca. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Because this is where you need a couple of big hitters, or some people that have got shots in their armoury that they can rely on. You just get the feeling that this just feels a little bit beyond the 2 batters out there. You can understand why they're trying to play reverse sweeps. So we got a fan of the game there on the live picture feed. I think there's normally. There we are. Just heard him there. I think they normally award a fan of the match for T20. I think that little boy there
Nice.
won that one. Yeah, you can understand reverse sweeps because sometimes they're the easier shot to play, aren't they, in terms of not having to give it real brute strength. Here's Bristow this time, Eliza Bristow, who's making a debut in this competition. Doesn't quite field it off her own bowling, so they'll come through for a single. Clark will move on to 26, and I think it's Clark facing, isn't it? Yeah, Rebecca Duckworth will face the next delivery. She's played 3 games for Derbyshire in the League 2 T20 Blast this year. Rebecca Duckworth. 103 for 5. As Bristow comes in, that's wide outside the off stump, and it's called a wide. I think we could see that one. She's lively pace, Eliza Bristow, 17 years of age. We mentioned earlier she was playing for England in the under-19 tri-series in Australia back in April. What an experience that is 17 years old.
Very impressive.
Sunshine coming out. Hasn't been as harsh today. There's been a lot of hazy cloud around, which I think everybody's pretty grateful for. Duckworth plays a nice shot off the back foot into extra cover, and Adams really is allowing the single. She's right back on the 25-yard circle. Duckworth moves on to 305 for 5 here. Yorkshire from here need another 70, and time is very much running out. We're in the 17th over here, so 70 needed from 22 balls. I think that's tough for anybody. Even if Johnny Bairstow was out there, that'd be tough for him. That's a nice shot on the leg side by Alice Clark, and it's going for 4. Now that's good improvisation, coming across the stumps and making that ball into a ball where on the leg side you can flick it away. Nice shot.
You mentioned Bristow playing in the England under-19s in the tri-series earlier this year. She had best figures of 3 for 15 against Sri Lanka.
Not bad, is it? Really?
Not bad at all.
I was saying earlier that she wasn't even the first pick. I think she went out there as a replacement. Actually played in all the games in the end. Here she is again. Bowles. Good delivery. It's played into the ground, out into the covers. They'll come through for a single. The fielders are quite deep, even on the 25-yard circle, making sure that they're cutting off the more powerful hits. 110 for 5. 65 needed from 20. Sort of fizzling out this little bit, isn't it? Unless somebody sort of takes this game by the scruff of the neck, really, it's going to fizzle out. Clark is 31. Well, run a ball 31, which is not bad in itself, but just needs a bit more. Needs some more support as Bristow comes in and full outside the off stump. That's a good delivery. It's close to a wide, but it's good. It's full outside the off stump. Very difficult to hit that away. Duckworth is now 3 from 8. Probably out there feeling at the moment she needs to help out a little bit more. It's an awful feeling sometimes actually as a batter, where you think, I know I need to be doing a bit more here. Comes Bristow again and bowls. That's going to be a wide. Yeah, wide signal. I think she's quite deliberately bowling it quite full outside the off stump, but once or twice she's just overdoing it.
Duckworth did move towards her off stump as well.
She did, but when you take the blue markers as a blue marker, it's a long way, isn't it? But you're right, she did move quite a long way across. Bristow in again, runs away from us to Duckworth. Again, it's full outside the off stump. This side, Duckworth does get a bat on it, but literally just pushes it to backward a point, and it's a dot ball. So that's 17 overs gone, so effectively 3 overs left in this game. And Yorkshire at 111 for 5 have got an awful lot to do, where they need 64 from 18. I always love the crowd reactions when they know the camera's on them. One or two are absolutely oblivious to it, and one or two actually do try and play up to it. It's quite funny. It's quite good to work out who knows and who doesn't. Well, there's not much reaction on that lot of pictures, was there?
No, here.
So it's very average. Very average, that lot.
Wellington to Clark. And Clark plays that into the leg side. And deep square will cut that off. They did look for a second but decided against it. And that is just the one for Clark, putting Duckworth back on strike. I imagine Hampshire will be quite happy at the moment keeping Duckworth on strike, just because she's not quite been able to get away yet. 3 off 9 at the moment. Hampshire,
sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, Hampshire have been very good at restricting boundaries here from Yorkshire, making it very hard for their innings. And that's been played into the leg side. Naomi Ditani's fielded that. Looked like Duckworth was looking to run a 2 there, but decided against it, which was probably the right decision. And there's a 1 off of the second ball.
Yeah, I mean, Wellington's not the easiest bowler to get away. Has an economy rate of just over 7, which as a spinner is terrific in this year's competition. A career is just over 6.5 over all T20s.
Wellington to Clark, and Clark sweeps that into the leg side. It won't quite make it to the boundary, but they will run 1. There was Poppy Tulloch that fielded that.
Looks like she's got the towel back.
It does. I wonder if it's just because of the heat.
Definitely, I would have thought. What, not have to have an extra layer of clothing?
Wellington to Duckworth, who moves her off stump to try and open up the leg side, but has played that very fine to Naomi Ditani, and they will only run the 1.
So it's not quite the power for these two, is there, really? I mean, there's not too many shots being hit in front of square with pace. There's more sort of flicks, reverse sweeps.
Wellington to Clark, and again Clark tries to reverse sweep that, does get hold of it to shot third. They will run 1 off of that, fielded by Eliza Bristow.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these reverse sweeps they're trying, they're not really coming off.
It's harder, I think, with spin to get more power on there, but you still need to be looking to be positive. Duckworth using her feet and coming down the wicket, but it's played that into the leg side. Not quite got hold of that completely, and Long On has fielded that in, and they have just taken the 1. And that is the end of the over. Yorkshire 117 for 5. That is Wellington bowled out with 1 for 23 of her 4 overs.
It's terrific stuff. With the big wicket of Jess Jonathan as well for 13. Well caught by Georgia Adams at mid-off. You just felt that once Jonathan went in the 8th, and then certainly Winfield Hill went in the 14th, it just has looked beyond Yorkshire. I think it was always tough when Winfield Hill was in, once she'd lost her Aussie partner. Well, these two are put on 29 in 29 deliveries, but it needs to be a bit more. Bex Tyson is on, and that's worked away on the leg side by Rebecca Duckworth, who moves on to 7. It's all a bit low-key, really, because I don't think, well, certainly the crowd don't believe that Yorkshire are going to get this, and I'm sure they prefer Hampshire to win it anyway, but there's nothing really to sort of, there's no jeopardy out there, really. It just feels as though we're just bowling the balls to get through to 20 overs. Something needs to happen from a Yorkshire point of view. There's another reverse sweep which is missed. In fact, she's bowled this time, and Alice Clark goes for 34, trying to reverse sweep Bex Tyson, who picks up her 2nd wicket of the innings. She goes for 34 from 34, ordinarily not a bad innings, but in the context of trying to chase down this 175 to win, it hasn't really been enough, but it's been a good effort from her. 34 from 35 actually in the end for Alice Clark. I think you can be satisfied with her job, but as I say, in terms of trying to win the game, not enough.
Yorkshire 118 for 6, chasing 175 required runway, I believe, now looks like it's 30.
Away to our left, bright yellow furry hats. So who have we got now? Beth Langston, new batter. As Tyson comes in around the wicket and bowls. Langston works that away. It's a nice looking shot through to deep mid wicket where Maya Bouchier fields. So again, Hampshire just keeping this innings nicely under wraps. No alarms out there really. 56 needed from just 9 deliveries. Game rapidly coming to a conclusion now. Nice drive by Duckworth, loses her feet well, driven up to deep mid off, and Datani fields. But again, it's just a single. I can't remember when the last boundary was hit. I'll try and work it out in a minute. But even if there's been the odd one, there hasn't been many at all. No, nowhere near enough. That's worked away on the onside, down to deep square leg. But again, it is just a single. 121 for 6. Actually, there was a boundary in Bristow's over, which was the 17th. Before that, we've got to go back to the 13th. That's played away, and there's a boundary. There's another one. Just as I talk about a boundary, there is one. Worked away behind square on the offside. So we've got 1 over left of this game, with Yorkshire at 125 for 6. And, well, short of wides and no balls. Can't really see them getting 50.
I think it could be very complicated for them now. It's interesting because it seems that Yorkshire, apart from that really big score against the Blaze at the start of the year where they got 179 for 5, they've sort of been ranging between 133 and 143. They've been struggling to really push on from there, and it looks pretty similar today.
Yeah, they're just, there's not enough, is there? They need a little bit more firepower, really, if they're going to compete. But listen, it's their first year in Tier 1. You know, Tier 2 we know is very different. And I'm sure over the next sort of 2 or 3 seasons they'll start to look at where they're at and what they need, and you know, they'll be a better side in 2 or 3 years' time.
And this is the last over, and it is Poppy Tulloch. Poppy Tulloch bowling to Beth Langston. And that has been hit area, but it will drop short. They will run, but the throw has not hit the stump, so they are safe. That is just the one. That landed right in between extra cover and mid-off, so well placed. And it is Duckworth now in strike. Poppy Tulloch running in now. And she's bowled. Langston has moved to the offside to try and play that down leg, but has opened up her stumps far too much, and she is bowled. Poppy Tulloch picking up a wicket here. Yorkshire now 126 for 7.
Yeah, nice and straight, isn't it, really? We've seen Duckworth several times trying to play across the line, and at this time it's been a downfall. But really, I think whatever they do here is, well, we know it's never going to be enough. Still 49 needed, and they are 7 down.
Opened up her stumps a little bit too much there. Full view for the bowler. Good delivery, good straight delivery from Poppy Tulloch.
12 from 15 or 16 balls. 16 balls that for Duckworth. So 4 balls left of the Yorkshire innings before the men take over at 7 o'clock. Jonathan Doidge is in the house from BBC Radio Leeds, who will be joining me for the men's commentary. Good to see him. He's got a very nice shirt on. I think I last saw a shirt like that on my patio table
to go in the Yorkshire innings. Poppy Tulloch to Blackwell. That was wide but inside the blue line, so that is a dot. Gave her quite a bit of room on the offside, but that was inside of the blue line, so it's a fair delivery.
Her and Eliza Bistro have been testing that line out a bit, haven't they?
They have. It's quite hard to hit it when it's out there though. So very good tactic. Tulloch to Blackwell again. And again, it's trying across that blue line, but this one is given a wide. And this one was a little bit further away from Blackwell.
Again, she's trying to aim for that, I think. I don't think she needs to worry, really, because even if the last 3 balls go for 6, it doesn't really matter. Although, of course, personally, you don't really want that to happen.
No, but then I suppose the other side of it is a wide's not going to make the figures look any better either. So somewhere in the middle. Tulloch to Blackwell. And that was straight, and that has been driven into the onside, past mid wicket, and that will go for 4. And that is a boundary for Blackwell. Well, let's go back to what you were saying. Maybe she doesn't want to be hit
well,
for 4.
Hold it straight, it goes for 4.
Yeah,
maybe
I
not
take
ideal.
it back. Maybe keep it outside off.
It's a nice looking shot, but there just has not been enough boundaries from Yorkshire.
No.
That's really been their downfall. When you're chasing 175, you do need to keep that boundary count quite high, and it just hasn't really been enough.
There's also a bit of pressure from the scoreboard when you're chasing, I think. Some teams do really well chasing and some will struggle.
I mean, Winfield Hill found the boundary 6 times in her 39. That's the difference.
Tulloch to Blackwell, again straighter, and Blackwell's played that into the offside. Georgia Adams. Francesca Sweet has fielded that at extra cover, and they have run 1. This will be the last delivery, providing it's a fair delivery of the Yorkshire innings. Tulloch to Langston. Tulloch running in now. And again, it's given himself a bit of room with the outside off, but Langston has played that straight back to Tulloch for a dot, and that is the end of the innings. Yorkshire closing on 132 for 7.
Which means Hampshire have won this game by 42 runs to make it 4 wins from 7 with 2 ties. So in a good, decent position in this second half of this competition. Yorkshire still searching for their first win in this year's competition. That search continues, but well, on the evidence of what we saw, 174 for 5 was always challenging, and it really did rely on Jess Jonathan and Lauren Winfield Hill really to really make major contributions. Winfield Hill with a bright and breezy 39, but Jonathan with 13. Really, Yorkshire needed more from her.
They did.
So that's the first game completed. The bowling figures very quickly. The top wicket takers, Rebecca Tyson with 2 for 33 from her 4. Georgia Adams with 2 for 20 from her 4. And a wicket each for Tatani, for Wellington and for Poppy Tulloch. Rebecca, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And so happy to report that the first of the 2 games has gone Hampshire's way. And very shortly, in fact, in an hour's time, we will bring you a live commentary of Hampshire men against Yorkshire men, which is top of the South group against top of the North group in the crossover fixtures, which are new for this year. Hope you've enjoyed that, and we'll be back with you very shortly.
rally around together.